Yeah, violently. That's good as well.
Well, it seems to be the
Fuck
start.
monkeys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Syphilitic fucktard.
Very good.
Captain Diddy.
Right.
Howdy.
So.
I had one, but you've just made me forget it completely with that.
Are you going to push my first?
I am.
Okay, then.
Fuck monkeys on shite bicycles.
Shit bugger also piss crap fart.
Shite bicycles are great big fucking wank baskets.
This actually works, actually. So, before we start the session, everyone should
Wank
have
metal
8,050 experience points.
Because we added it up wrong last time.
8,050.
I think I just gave you a blanket number just to say that you're at level 5, so we could just allot that, then I'd work out the numbers later.
Right,
8,050.
8,050.
Just basically to shut me up asking.
Hmm?
Basically, just to shut me up asking.
You do usually start the sessions asking how much experience points do I have. At the end of last session, the party had dealt with the half dragon. Well, you three had dealt with the half dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And while things were moving, Wormwood caused the hatching of an egg that the lizardmen and the half dragon were worshipping, causing the Prismatic Drake to emerge from within. You were actually off to one side, so I actually need, start of the session, I need MiiBee and Lenny to make perception checks, and Jenny, I need Aria to make a sleight of hand or stealth check.
They were worshipping it.
That's what it looked like.
We didn't even see it. We were trying to sneak in.
2.
No, I just rolled.
2.
2. The dice are off to a good start.
Nice. 15.
15. You overhear Aria muttering to herself. You can't make out any words, but you hear her muttering to herself just off to one corner. Yeah? Big bro.
Yeah, are we back in the town or?
No, this is literally just after the fight with the half dragon.
Right.
So you have that Prismatic Drake currently literally eating out of your hands.
Monica.
Yeah,
Whatever
Monica.
you want to call her. Are we going with Monica?
We're going with Monica.
Fantastic, I'm absolutely fine with that. I will just make a note of that. I then need you to make a perception check with advantage.
Nat 20.
Nice.
I love these dice you two got me for Christmas. They're
They're good,
boss,
aren't
boss monsters.
Right, so while you are making sure that Monica is okay, you feel a vibrating in your armour.
Aye.
As you reach inside, you pull out your tome, tome of Giovanni.
Yep.
Right? The compass is pointing directly at the half dragon's corpse.
Oh.
Eddie. Lenny.
Lenny.
Getting your name right, unfortunately.
We're off to a
Lenny.
good start.
Yeah, we're off for a good
Would
start.
you keep an eye on Monica for me? I've just got to check on something.
Certainly, dear.
Give me an animal handling check.
Oh, I've actually got a
Yeah.
one. Oh dear.
That's why
10.
I asked you.
She appears to be confused by you, occasionally just nibbling at your lower leg to see if you're edible. Gets the idea you're not, but
That tickles.
hanging around.
That tickles.
Yeah. Heading over to the half
I
dragon.
literally deliberately walk off at an angle to see if it
Yeah.
bears in, and then bear back towards it.
As you reach the half dragon, you kind of walk past it a bit, think it's behind, and directly the other way. You step back, and then you look down, and there is the two-handed sword it was wielding. That looks, now that you look closely, has the flower symbol of your goddess, and looks almost exactly like a giant butcher's knife.
And here's me thinking I was going to have to butcher the dragon and wondered what it tasted like. But while I'm here,
Blue book.
Well, shit.
He's just acquired
the
another art.
fork goes over the shoulder, pick up the sword.
On contact with the sword.
2/3 of the way to a full set of cutlery.
Yes, the spook.
That's what I'm working
Yes.
towards.
Do you want to read it?
I drew all of this shit.
Oh, yes, please. She did.
I drew the fork.
You
I
did.
made a start.
You did.
And then I watched the Justice League and realised it's just a spikier version of Aquaman's.
Also,
Because this is a 5-fingered trident.
also, yours is more accurate at this point because you've customised it way more. Because I couldn't put, I didn't know how to draw sling on the end of it. So,
Here we go.
fuck this
That's
nonsense.
the knife.
I just put, and then
I can't manage hands. Do you think I'm going to manage a sling?
instead you just go, there's the stick.
So,
That's all I did.
upon contact with it, you don't attune to it.
Mm-hmm.
But because it is one of your holy relics, you know exactly what this is.
Mm-hmm.
This is the cooking knife of the set. Basically, as I said, looks like a giant butcher's knife, or a bit like a cleaver.
Sorry, not spine there.
Anyone want? My old cleaver.
Oh no, it's a two-handed one.
All right, so I've got my one
It's a
handed.
great sword, basically.
Hey, it's almost a little bit like what I got, because mine's two-handed.
Mm.
Yes,
Well-
yes, I was going there.
There you go. That's what it looks like.
So it's almost, it's more of an axe almost.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, I still have muttering.
Currently, yes.
Okay, good, right. So I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, at this time, Lenny has heard you was currently distracted with Monica.
That's fine.
Actually, it's got all the information what it does there.
It's trying to see if I'm hittable.
Yeah, it's a lot more powerful. Just remember, if you do decide to attune to it, it is split hit points. If you read the effect.
Mm.
Yes.
Basically, what it does is allows him to create a exact duplicate of himself while wielding the sword, while wielding the axe, basically.
You've
And
given
so-
a mirror image.
mirror image that can hit.
+6.
Hmm?
+6.
Plus six to hit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone get behind him at all times.
We have
Obviously,
another
it's two-handed, so
member
your armor
temporarily.
class would drop by 3.
Yeah.
So it's payoff. It's dealing more damage against having a better. Yeah. But I'll let you
And
know
what have I? What's the spell I've just taken?
What was the spell you just taken?
Branding Smite.
Ah, yeah.
Oh,
I highly recommended.
5d6 damage. Come and have a go. Do you want some of this? Do you want some?
2d6 of which is radiant.
2d6 radiance and 3d6 sharpie pointy chop chop.
Yeah.
Is it slashing?
Yes.
I can't comment on muttering, sorry.
Yes. Your muttering is over. You know the conversation that we had at last session.
Yeah.
So behave as you believe accordingly.
Just out of RP, but if he has Branding Smite and the capability to produce a mirror image,
It only applies to one axe.
almost
so you'll know
OP.
which one's me by the one that's doing the extra flashy damage.
Cool.
Yeah. The clone that isn't you can't cast spells.
If I cast it, could I have the clone
Carry it.
launch it?
Yes. I'll allow that because that works the same way as familiar.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh dear.
I'll stand back holding the cleaver with the shield, even though I can't wield it one-handed, just tanky wall or
Mhm.
while I send my
He's
fucking
running around the place.
one out going choppy splash.
that's
All right.
awesome. Anyway,
Now,
And
I
as soon
do
as
need,
I get low on hits, put it
out
back.
of RP for a moment, I need the party to decide on something together,
Mm.
right? And it will be done to a vote. So, Monica the Prismatic Dragon will be joining the party. Sorry, the Prismatic Drake, right? As what's referred to as a sidekick character. So I'll be running her. What the party gets to decide, because I couldn't decide myself, is whether she'll be classified as an expert or a fighter. And that is basically her class. Experts get lots of skills and they're a bit like a mixture of a bard and a rogue, basically. Or would the party rather she be a fighter, so still gets some skills, which is fine, but also is very, very viable in combat. Now, can do this by a raise of hands, and whichever side gets the most votes, that's the way she'll go.
I mean, just personally, I would rather she be an expert in something.
I was
Be-
thinking that.
She's only a baby.
You've got us two for the frontline tankiness, especially.
Really much.
And could we not train
Eddie.
her? Can we train her in things
Richie.
specifically for expert, or does she get
Lenny.
this
She'll
ex-
get the levels based
Look
on
what
how you
I've
roleplay with her. So I'll be running her level ups as if it were my character.
Oh, so
Beautiful.
silly thought. Could we not train her to be our first aider?
No.
No. Okay.
What
The Drake.
packages can she have?
Basically, think like tracking, hunting, high perception, things like that.
Spotter, come, night guard.
effectively.
Yeah.
Could be
So-
useful.
Tracker guard, so we can sleep when we're on the road.
True. So, yeah.
Lenny, when we get back to town, I've got a present for you.
Oh God.
You don't have to get me anything.
We could get her a little collar.
Not for me.
No, I'm making a fuss with the little baby.
Perhaps for him.
Yeah, exactly how little is it? About the size of this table?
Bigger. So it is a medium creature, but from head to tail, she's about 8 to 10 foot long.
Whoa.
And in terms of height-wise, she's probably about your height. I mean, you're a tall halfling, aren't you?
3
I was going
foot.
to say, in real life.
I was gonna like.
No.
I was going to say my height. No, 3'2".
Yeah, so at shoulder height, she's about 3'2".
Wow.
But she's still just hatched, so she's a baby.
Yes.
A very big baby.
When she grows a bit,
Oh my
I'm
god.
going to be buying her a son.
That is
I'm
very
going to be a
reasonable.
proper fucking paladin with a steed.
Would I
I
know
was
My
Damage
that?
with the
client said
fork,
something
though.
like that once.
Magic combat would apply an additional.
Advantage.
You would add her strength modifier multiplied by distance traveled by 20 feet. So I think her speed is a bit faster than walking speed for you guys. I think she can travel about 40 feet baseline. So that would be like, so at the moment, because I can give you her stats, that would be +6 damage on top of whatever you do.
And if she was dashing,
If she was dashing, you're talking about +12 damage.
If she was
And that's
dashing,
only
she'd
if
have a
she-
hat.
She should have a hat.
If she was dashing, she'd have a hat with a feather in it.
that can be arranged when we get back to town.
Please tell me that that was in character, definitely in the game. Please tell me MiiBee actually said that.
Been a long day.
Oh, I forget the goddess food.
Yes, we'll get her a hat.
Would I know how big these drakes get to?
Oh God, I said that out loud, didn't I?
Should we make holes for her ears?
She doesn't have ears.
No, she just
Horns?
Horns.
What,
Just
the,
more
things,
spines.
the things
Well,
down the back.
Tell you what, I'll show you guys kind
Spiky
of what
jabbles.
she looks like.
Okay.
You, by the way, give me a religion check at disadvantage. You don't
Religion?
know anything about draconic in yourself. You're basically thinking this, and maybe your god might hit.
Yeah, nat one.
Yeah, you have no idea.
They grow through the size of this. Well, speaking of size, oh, sorry, 2 things that have occurred this week that are truly brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
They played one of my favourite songs that I've forgotten about from about 25 years at Rourke.
Yeah.
The Wonder Stuff featuring the levelers the size of a cow. I was boogieing around the shop,
Nice.
and in Alistry, I served the customer. He swiped his membership card. It came up with his name on the till, Mr. J. Binks.
Oh no! You said you not wanted that name.
I
Wow.
served Grandad Jar Jar. It took everything I could not to burst out laughing behind the till because I just saw the name. It's like, Mr. Honey.
You say nothing. Breathe, 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 Glenn.
As soon as I regained my composure, it's like, can't wait to tell Callum them not that one. Oh, wait till Tuesday.
Gripping the edge of the cash register, going, "No, you're a professional, and you will not laugh directly in an old man's face."
Would you say? Would you like anything else?
Fortunately, I had the mask on, so he couldn't see me dribbling.
That's what's wonderful about the masks. No one can see if you're scowling or smiling.
Oh yeah.
I was going to get one of the white ones.
Can
and
still
try
see you
it
give on the
across.
middle finger though, which is kind of a pain, but
Not unless you just sort of like
Only
Put it
Just
behind
twirl
the
your hair
mask
like
and
that.
just say you're scratching your nose.
Yeah, you just be like,
well, that's what I do. But
Yeah, just Just your glasses.
I actually did that too. This was bad at River Island. I had a horrible customer, but as they turned around, I was just like,
Hey, they can only tell if you put them on camera at the minute. Beauty of working at home.
I will allow MiiBee to make a Arcana check at advantage.
Will you? That's very kind of you. Hang on.
She doesn't know what she's making a check for.
No.
Is this for the size of the dragon? Oh dear.
uh-oh.
Sorry,
There we
Drake.
go.
She'd get
But-
upset if I-
19.
19.
Mm-hmm.
You know that guard drakes, which are common across the archipelago, usually grow to be an equivalent medium size of whatever dragon sired them. That said, there's a voice just in the back of your head feeding you little bits of information, and it kind of informs you that a prismatic dragon, which must be in some way related to this creature because drakes are sired from dragons, and this is a prismatic drake. They are the largest dragon that exists, about twice the size of a golden dragon or a black dragon, which are the two biggest.
My friend, the island,
Bigger.
bigger than it.
Right.
Yeah.
What?
Jesus.
Freslin,
Fuck.
you're going to be cleaning up after this, yes?
Yeah, obviously it's my dragon.
Good.
Why?
Sure, it's
Just checking, just making sure.
Why?
Oh. Oh, yes.
But yes, out of RP, a fully grown ancient prismatic dragon, which is when they're at full size, would be about the size of this entire island.
Well, like Britain.
No, this island that you're on.
All right.
Which this island that you're currently on is probably about the size of Ireland.
Not this sceptred isle.
No.
Are we talking about something bigger than the Adamantoids in FF15?
Yes.
No, that's my friend,
Yeah, that's how big Jeremiah was.
Jeremiah. That's the one.
Yeah, I was looking at those notes today.
Well,
By the way, you get another little snippet of information, by the way, from this voice ticking away at the back of your head. You remember the shadow dragon that you met?
just as long as he installs
Shadow
it,
dragons
settle.
are dragons that have been absorbed into the Shadowfell and been corrupted by its magic.
Yeah. Okay.
In his
Using house.
life before a shadow
Just
dragon,
between the wings.
that
So it's in
dragon
the
that you
centre
met
of the
was a copper dragon.
Okay.
You move house, you don't actually have to move house, you just move islands.
You literally moved the house.
I know it is. Okay. While all this is going on, while these little bits of things are happening with the party, while you're getting acquainted with the newest member of your group,
Oh, she's
Spend a lot of money on
beautiful.
food. If she gets as big as I think she could, we're not going to need an airship.
Does she have wings?
vestigial.
Ah, okay. Maybe they'll grow when she hits puberty.
Ah.
Oh shit! A pubescent dragon girl. Shit.
Wait,
We're fucked.
who knows the most? Who here knows the most about these things? Because don't they hoard? MiiBee, do these things hoard?
That check,
Do I know?
they
Do
do
I
not.
know? Not these ones, no.
Drakes are more like the guard dogs of the dragon species. They are dragons on the same par as a wyvern is a dragon, but neither of what's referred to as the lesser draconic races hoard. The only known draconic races that hoard are full-blooded dragons and kobolds.
She just can't fly. I reckon we could teach her how to swim.
It's certainly an option. She could swim us
Because
across.
if she can get that big,
Are you volunteering for that duty?
build a house on her back.
Actually, that's a point. Can any of us actually? I think I can swim a little. No, actually, I'd be able to swim perfectly, wouldn't
Yeah.
I? Yeah.
Athletics.
Can I advise you that when you're teaching
Ooh.
her how to sit, you remain in front of her?
Yeah.
My advice. I've got athletics at 7, so if there's...
You have never swam before, but you could probably get a good go at it.
But any other sort...
Well, I was on a ship that sank and I didn't drown, so I guess I managed somehow.
You couldn't in full plate. You couldn't in like your armor. Yeah,
But you know,
I didn't drown,
No.
so I must have managed to at least stay afloat.
You're
even,
halfling, you might have sunk to the bottom and walked.
That's trolls.
even with dex training and with anything that involves... Here's the thing, anything with like movement, dexterity, tricks or anything, I've got athletics at 7.
Yeah.
So even combat possibly, or evasively.
Oh yeah, in terms of physicality, you, by the way, what's your strength?
My strength is 19.
So yes, that would be your athletics score. Everyone remembered to go up their proficiency, didn't they?
Yeah,
I think so.
mine's got a...
Yeah, everyone should have proficiency +3.
Oh yeah, my strength...
Yeah, all the proficiencies went up.
Yeah, everything went up.
All 4 of them.
Yep.
I remembered that, but I didn't remember a couple of other things which I've adjusted now.
That's all right. That's the problem with having the proficiency modifier go up every 4 levels. You forget about it.
Okay, so shall we go back to civilization?
The guards have come in and are starting to bolster here. You get informed that a few of the rangers and they'll all be stopping here to basically maintain supplies here and start to rebuild it.
We want to strip the armor off the dragon. We
Yeah.
said that last session.
Yes.
You did.
And we need to find some Marmite.
Marmite.
Oh yes, yeast.
Yeast
Oh.
Odell yeast extra.
Yeah. Well, the guard who approached you informs you that they've loaded a load of it in. You're welcome to it as you want to.
Okay,
They'll be
so
heading out in the next hour, so
I'll tick that off. Are we going to head out with the convoy that are heading back together? Makes sense.
30 numbers.
Yeah, I think we should, yeah.
so
I'll see any reason to stay.
Well, is there anything anyone here wants to stay here for? Because I think we've done all the jobs we were tasked with.
I would very much like to get off this island as quickly as physically possible.
Well, to be honest, apart from the odd job for the pirates,
Which was for Mr. Wormwood, whom we have
And-
discussed.
we said we might, and there was the scribes. We had something to do for them.
I believe they wanted some of the yeast
Yep.
extract
So
as
we
well.
want some yeast for
Quincy.
and for the scribes, but there was also something. Scribes of the Five Heads, Rickon, Open Tavern. Was that what they wanted the yeast for?
They wanted the yeast, so they could
Oh
start
no, the
brewing
Open Tavern's something else. Right, so yeah, they wanted the
yeast, and they
That-
would then
was
give
that
Quincy
the
the
job?
dragon scale.
yeah. That's right. They
Yeah.
wanted that was the job Wormwood did. They'll give Quincy the Dragon Scale if we give them the yeast.
And
We've
Quincy
got
also
some
wanted
yeast as well. I'll take some as well because you know I can cook with it.
Yeah.
Make some mighty bread.
Travel bread. Right. So it is a 3-day journey back to the village on Yafrastor. Aside from travelling, is the party doing anything?
Every night I help with the cooking, feed all the guards, make everyone like me.
Just to let you know that actually right now, it's all right. You can already see her starting to, not necessarily grow, but bulk out. She's
filling a frame.
Yeah. You get the idea that these creatures probably go through a rapid aging and then kind of stop.
There is,
Like
well,
most draconic races.
But yeah, basically when we're walking, I've not put a chain on her or anything like that,
She
but
doesn't
I'm
need
sort of
it, she's-
walking.
She
with my
thinks
hand
you're
on
her
her neck.
mother, so she's not going to go far.
She is not following you. She is following a different member of the party.
She's linked to us as a
as a
clan.
group. She gets that you guys are the unit.
It's ducklings again.
But yeah, whenever I'm close to her, it's sort of hand on the neck.
Uh-huh.
A bit of comfort, though.
Aria, anything you're
Hand
doing?
on the neck.
Yeah.
Eventually, come here!
Yeah. To be honest, yeah, her head kind of tilts up like that. She's got quite a long neck.
Yeah, so
So it's
sort
like
of
she
at
has
the
to
base
lower-
of the neck.
Yeah.
So sort of there rather than
The shoulders
there.
rather
Yeah.
than the top of the
Yeah,
head.
sort of base of the neck top, onto the shoulder, sort of there.
Aria, is there anything you're doing during the 3 days?
It's a 3-day, yeah? So I
3-day
can
journey
regen. Right, okay. On the first night, when I will have regenerated my spell slots, I would like to contact. I've forgotten his name. You know her at the end of the last session.
End of last session. Well, oh, right, yes.
Yeah. Please don't be angry at her. I think she was trying to be nice.
Mhm.
I'm okay with friends. Home soon. I love you.
Okay, that's 24.
It's 24, that's all of Aria.
23, because okay is one word.
Actually, yeah.
Oh yeah. I love you at the end, that's all.
Thank you.
And Aria at my neck at the end.
Were you trying to keep that secret from the rest of the party, or were you not bothered?
I've walked off to a private area, but if they're here, they're here.
Any of the party members want to roll perception, see if you overhear Ari saying this? You're cooking, so we'll go with Breslin, no. Lenny or Mooly?
I'm
Or
gonna
are
roll.
you just kind of leaving it to privacy?
Actually, no, I'll leave it to price.
Okay. Do I get
Actually-
anything back?
You're working your way around the guard scene if any of them are cute.
Oh, I get something back, yay.
I'm having a scout about, but
I
I don't
love
have a
this
plan of what
spell.
I'm doing during these 3 days. Actually, 3 plans. Yes. That's
During the
fine.
rests, I'd like to attune to the cooking knife.
It only takes an hour.
Yeah, it's just do it while we're at rest.
Yeah,
so
you
I
currently
can
have
sort of
4.
sharpen, well,
Yeah.
basically sharpen all my weapons, make sure they're all as they should be.
You don't have to write it out, I don't mind if you... Okay.
Oh. You get the message back. It's fairly short, comparatively.
Of course.
He was always a bit on the... Didn't really say anything too unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. She's in the doghouse. I'm glad you've made friends. See you soon.
Big sigh of relief there.
Okay.
Other than that, I'll just be
Sorry,
playing the
just
flute.
need to.
Bolster the guards, see if we can travel any faster because I'm bardic inspirationing them.
You can speed him up a bit. Lenny, is there anything you're doing while
We're
happening?
traveling about.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to say at any point when we get to sit down and rest, I'm going to get one of the candles that I've got, light it, put my ring of Bahamut in front, and just sort of speak to it. Obviously, because I don't know about prayer properly, but just like basically say to Bahamut, you know, thank you for everything that we've had, for my friends, and please help me and everyone look after this Drake. I'm sure that it will serve as a, well, not just serve, it is now part of our family. So let us, we are blessed, so thank you.
All right.
Yeah, while I'm cooking, I sort of
Yeah, you're
Right.
praying as well. Yeah.
and
And then
sort
Moody
of
as well.
tell her.
Yeah.
I just can't. I need to just
It's all right. We'll come back to you in just a moment.
tag
yeah?
off on a little
Mooly,
thing.
what are you doing? Is there anything particular you're doing over the 3 days?
Well, first I want to recharge the staff, obviously.
Yeah. How many recharges does it get per day? Because I might just say it's fully recharged by the time you get.
I think it gets 1d8. What, no, is it 2d8 recharge per long rest? I think.
So staff of power, QRS. Staff of fire, staff of power regenerates 2d8 plus 4.
Oh.
So that'd be 12 as base. So yeah, it's fully recharged by the time you get back to Yapra store.
Okay.
I will get an actual psychic character.
That was just mine for one night because I only need to recharge for one.
Yeah.
So other than that, yeah, I'll play the flute and probably. Does anyone want to learn how to play cards?
What sort of games?
Well, I'm pretty good at any kind of card game actually.
I've never played a card game, so I'll have a look.
Okay. Tell you what, I'll teach you how to play. What would it be called in this?
It's Three-Hole Dragon.
Three-Hole Dragon. I'll teach you how to play that.
Okay.
And just over a couple of days, I'll be playing with Lenny,
Absolutely. You
and
two
maybe
are
a couple of
playing.
guards who join in.
But people just throw in over the couple of days.
Molly, would you like to play? You'd be really good at it. You've got an excellent poker face, actually. Although I don't know what poker is. So.
No.
Sorry,
I
yeah.
will, and
Put that into character.
Oh,
and my reasoning for that, out of character, you don't know this. I will, because it takes my mind off the little ticking voice going in the back of my head.
yeah. Just an FYI, they were 2 different voices.
Marvelous. Good. 2 voices in mind. Fantastic. They're arguing. Marvellous.
One of them was emphatically female and could only be described as sounding like silk and mist. The other one, when I say ticking, it sounded like a clock. It was a voice.
Marvellous.
Yeah.
So not only do I have voices in my head, they're arguing with each other.
Imagine Codsworth, but nice.
Ah,
I'm thinking the poker face thing. You're
Yes.
playing 3-card dragon.
Yes.
You have an excellent dragon face.
There you go.
That could be taken the wrong way. That's just
Yeah.
Are you joking? The
hue.
one dragon I met was exceptionally attractive.
well, Muhammad.
Well, I've never met him. Was he good looking?
Well,
Was it like older man good looking?
well, the human form. The dragon looks amazing, but that's only one of his forms. He could probably appear as
Darling, I'm a bard.
Fuck.
Fucking a dragon is the ultimate goal.
what for bards?
But
Yes.
You know the amulet gave me 6 of
Why?
Yes.
Does that include the
That
amulet?
includes the amulet.
So
What does it
now
lead
it's a
to?
Yeah. You
Ultimate
have 2
power,
more, as
commitment.
long as you never achieve
Marriage.
to do anything outside of the kitchen goddess
full.
set.
Then
I did hear
if I
once
find
of someone
any
marrying a
others, I've got to
dragon,
choose
but
which
I think
ones.
mostly just because we can.
I mean, that said, you could also de-attune.
Oh, I've made Emma disappear out of rage. Oh, there you are.
I'm getting a snack.
Then they'll get the advantage of the 6
Yes,
choose.
depends on
No,
the
you'll have
preferences.
3 then.
What
That would be an
sacrifice have
option
you?
for attunement.
Well, I've still have quite a lot in the snack bag, but I got one of these.
Choose
Yay.
one
Yes.
of the weapons.
Oh,
or
orange.
when I found all the weapons,
That's nice.
disattune the book.
And now I've got
Exactly,
the
yeah.
bloody song of that TV advert in my head.
Oh, it smells like oranges.
It's got orange inside.
I love that advert. Right. So over the 3 days,
It's not Terry's, it's mine.
I've actually got one of those in the cupboard. Sorry.
could you maybe 3 cooking proficiency checks?
Which we were doing under sleight of hand, I believe.
Yeah, we're going to be adjusting that so it's under.
The chocolate orange biscuits are available, but they're shit.
It's the same.
Club is like
Oh, was it?
one of the best.
Yeah, but now you're not adding your proficiency.
Aldi's
so-
own brand Jaffa
Yeah,
cakes, however,
4
are
plus 3
excellent.
is 7, and my sleight of hand is 7.
You're rolling at +7. And
Yeah, Jaffa cakes are in a separate league because they're not biscuits.
I'm even going to use the dog shit though, because this one don't like
could
me.
you give me 3 performance checks?
I can.
With proficiency, so it's performance with proficiency, because using the point.
So that's
Don't roll
9,
ones.
10, 11,
Yeah,
12.
those are that nice one. That's why I never. They're beautiful, but them health
Yeah.
dice really don't like me.
One's 24. 15. 14.
14. Got a nat
15,
20.
18, and a nat 20.
Nice.
Fantastic. So between the 2 of you keeping everyone's spirits up, there are other musicians around, so you wind up making like a little band with a few people, to be honest, over the few days. Everyone taking turn to you playing the flute, someone playing drums, lots of different instruments playing, lots of quite nice music. Keeps everyone's spirits up, spurring them on to get there just a little bit
Music.
quicker.
Plus, I've
Putting
encouraged
carriage.
gambling.
Which is also true, which is great for morale.
How are you so nimble with such a huge weapon?
I don't look. Sorry, I've just got yanked and cooked.
It's alright. As for you, your cooking over the last few days has been phenomenal. Like some of the best cooking you've done in a long time, even on the ground.
Nice, very nice and exquisite.
Exactly. So over those 3 days, you managed to keep everyone's energy up. You got taken off walking, A, because you're slower anyway, so it made more sense to put you on the wagon, and you just spend the whole day just making snacks. And just
Nice.
anyone got a bit hungry, you'd run over, have some food, run back.
You had your own snack
want
wagon,
that
and you were like,
pizza.
Basically, anyone got tired, they'd come over to
I
me.
want that
I
pizza.
pour them
Sorry, Em, can you repeat that
a
one more
tankard
time?
and
I want the pizza.
You want the pizza?
Oh, you can see the pizza.
fax it to you.
We've only got 2 slices left. We can have it.
I can't wait. It's hard to get it. It's not a computer.
Oh,
Try the floppy slot.
Yeah, put it in
Not
the
that
CD
one.
drive.
pop it that side, Dudley, so it's just out the way, yeah? No, just pop it there.
Next to the laptop.
Pop it there.
Or I
So,
can't
not
see
being
it.
teased by it.
yeah, exactly. That's also why we moved the biscuit. We've got about the pizza.
Don't want a biscuit, by the way.
Yes.
Right, well, hang on.
Okay,
We definitely got to get one of those 3D printers.
we do, so we can fax the food.
I know, right? This is from that shop down at the bottom of the road.
Oh, they do
Oh.
some great stuff.
Uh,
I
They
love
really
that
do.
shop. It's my favourite place on earth. There's so much.
Apart from you can't get up the street for the 15 taxis barricading the end of the road. But
I will say
that's a
that
minor
only
problem.
bad things about them is getting the baklava and then watching these two reverberate off the walls.
I'm vibrating.
Yeah, Jenny and Emma having some after we had some sushi and just you two just reverberating around the room.
It was more sugar than should be consumed by human.
It was
I like
more
baklava.
sugar than anything else.
Yeah.
They
Next
hadn't
time we
used
visit,
butter
we'll
to
bring
glue
you
the
some.
flour together. They'd melted sugar
Yeah.
and used the flour to stiffen it.
So,
It does work that way.
when the party arrives... Oh, I'm alright,
We'll need a refill.
I'll always take a refill, you know.
I'm good at the moment, thanks.
Yeah. So, as the party make it back... Oh, Emma disappeared.
Sorry, I'm back. I'm sorry. I'm looking for snack prices.
That's alright. So, as you guys carry on back to the village, you are... Not just you guys, but also the guards. Mostly the four of you are greeted as welcome heroes. And a full party is breaking out. Quincy is pouring food and drink out of his tavern onto the street effectively, where people are
Why'd you
just
say
enjoying it. You find people...
Sorcerer's apprentice, but with platters rather than...
Exactly, yeah.
Nice.
His unseen servants are just coming down in every direction, just serving food on massive trays.
His son as well.
Yeah, and his son, yes. The party...
Oh, this is new.
I
you
guess
are
people like us right now.
you are all presented with a few gifts.
Oh nice.
As again, thanks. The local mage, who you've all been working with quite heavily, for an extent, approaches Aria and MiiBee, offers you a new flute, actually, a completely exquisite golden flute that is already an arcane focus for a bard. It doesn't improve anything, but it's nice.
Nice.
And it's bloody expensive.
It plays
Ooh.
light.
It
Yeah.
plays well.
Oh, it's expensive and I'm putting it in my mouth, aren't I, lucky girls?
Actually, Aria,
Yes, dear.
your flute playing is always brilliant, but that looks you.
Doesn't it
It
just?
suits you so well.
I'll keep the original, obviously, but
Sentimental.
That's your
MiiBee,
practice play. That's your performance play.
he presents you with the 3 books he's gone through his library in relation to the Raven Queen and any mention of the Black Diamond that you had gone to him about previously.
Thank you.
The blacksmith approaching the pair of you.
We have something for you, sir.
I have something for the 2 of you.
Excellent.
Right, which one first?
We know how good you are
Thank you.
when you are working with poor material.
His eyes light up at the plate metal. I mean, yeah, it's not the best in the world, but this is a lot
Compared
of
to
good
what he is
material.
working with.
Exactly. I mean, this is sprung steel, whereas he's been working with reclaimed iron.
Mhm.
That said, to the 2 of you,
If you can make a few plates for my suit, keep the rest.
I'll give it a go. He presents you with a brace of 10 silver daggers for throwing.
Wow.
So
Perfectly
10
fine for
silver throwing daggers.
Mhm.
Ooh, nice.
Because they are dedicated throwing daggers, you cannot use them in melee, but they do give you a +1 to hit
I
modifier.
think I'm alright for that. Right. Silver.
Mm-hmm. And
So +1 compared to my normal.
yeah,
plus it counts as magic if it's
Exactly.
silvered.
8. Same damage, D4 +4.
that's right.
And put in brackets counts as magical.
Just not silvered, yeah.
Nice.
You got
And
a
there's 12.
10.
10.
It's a brace of 10.
And what does the boy who managed his apprentice get?
You are given a set of masterclass smith tools.
Ooh.
So all tool sets go in gradients for the most part. Things that use ingredients in it, like cook's utensils or cards, they're always basically the same. But anything that is used in crafting piece by piece, they have gradients of standard, good, and masterclass. Right? A masterclass set of tools can be used to repair magic, armor, and weapons. It can also be used on the road. You don't need the full anvil or anything. It can be used as a repair kit. Patch job more than anything else, because obviously you'd need the full forge, but you could start making higher quality things. I knew you were proficient with it, I didn't know if you even had a set.
Oh, I've already had a set of
So
original sniff tools.
basically, using masterclass kit is how he's turning pig metal into quality gear.
Exactly. It does still require a master to use them, so you would not be able to produce masterclass quality things on your own, but you could at least repair master quality.
Nice.
Excellent.
That's so thoughtful. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm so looking forward to getting hold of some broken weapons now.
Doing a bit of sleight of hand and balance and spinning them. Oh, they are beautiful. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Here,
During...
I've been cooking these on the way. Enjoy.
Thank you. He enjoys it very much. During the night, the four of you are approached individually by Riker, the tiefling head of the Way of Five Heads.
Oh, yes, the unpleasant fellow.
Yes, the unpleasant feral tiefling who was quite unpleasant to both of you two, to be honest.
He's foul to us.
Well, he just doesn't like tieflings.
Riker or Rickon?
Oh, Riker. His name actually is Riker.
That's why we were scared that he was...
Everyone kept saying
Rickon.
Yeah, they kept calling him Rickard, because his name is Riker Hard. Because he's hard style of his martial art.
Anyways.
For you, sir.
Ah, thank you. I've got a gift for you as well, and he hands you a wineskin. It smells like the finest wine you can find, like sweet wine.
Mm-hmm.
Use that sparingly. It is imbued with the key of my monks. Basically, it will apply as a healing potion.
Nice.
Only basic, it will heal D4 points per use, but it has 10 uses per vial, and he gives one to each of you through the night.
Because Quincy's in the area, would I be able to refill my superior bottle?
He asked you to hold on until morning because he...
I've just put Riker wine, D4 heal, 10 doses.
Yeah.
D4, thank you.
When you all came into town, Quincy was one of the first ones to approach. He said, "Thank you so much for getting everything together. We'll be..." Ah, thank you. Right, I've already had the dragon scale off Riker. He said...
Excellent. I've dropped in the yeast.
Great.
Or I will do later.
We'll be setting off tomorrow morning for Sassam.
Sassam.
Have you room for another little companion?
Where are they? That's not little. That's a Prismatic Drake.
That's my friend.
That's emphatically not little.
Yeah, it's emphatically not little.
Her name's Monica.
She's such a sweetheart.
She's really sweet. She keeps nibbling Lenny. She thinks he's food.
Yeah, she thinks I'm edible, but she can't eat me.
Go in the stable, no problem.
Okay, speaking of,
And she'll eat.
Monica's my problem in the stable.
Sorry, Em.
And she can eat
Eddie's
the pony.
yours.
She could eat us, but she hasn't, which is
No,
not...
eat the pony.
The pony or the donkey?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got to look after Eddie.
Don't eat
Can we
Lenny's
train-
donkey.
She's smart,
I've just
right?
given Eddie to Lenny.
She
You
can
looked
be-
after him most of the time anyway.
She can be given orders. The only ruling is don't give her too many.
Right.
Please don't eat any of the other
Don't
animals in the
eat
stable.
anyone unless we say.
Right, because
Even better.
both of you gave orders, although it's the same order, I need you to make animal handling at disadvantage.
Oh, well, that's good because I haven't got it at all. Four.
How does 10 sound?
Just. You know she's going to follow your orders.
Oh, she's a good girl. Yes, she's a good girl.
And whatever she wants in your capable hands, my pocket.
No problem. Right, we'll be
Because
heading
just
for...
checking, joining the conversation you two had earlier, I also have 50 platinum.
Hey!
Is that someone the countries I should be worried about?
No, Sasson is completely outside
No,
of
they
the
mention
It's... Oh,
Sasson is the
Feed
country.
us.
I need to go. I need to go to Sassam.
Just to
Oh,
reiterate
thank goodness, we're going to Sasson.
to the party, Sasson is the next country you all were planning on going to. It is the farthest east any of you have gone to. It has the Temple of Bahamut. There are known temples to the kitchen goddess there.
there's kitchen goddess temples everywhere.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to eat, and where you eat,
And there's
you worship the great lady.
there's quick methods to extra V there.
Exactly. There is
And-
also the
And quick methods to extract gold.
And what's
There-
Mooley's goal?
Muli were informed about there being Fey researchers in Sasson who may be able to help you with your questions. As well as that, this is also the region that Quincy informed you he'd introduce you to a shipwright who would who would build you a ship at much lower rates.
Well then,
Was that good?
is Quincy taking any other passengers with him? Because it would behoove me to make some money.
No, not from you.
Oh dear, Quincy, you're a man breaking my own heart here. I do need to make quite a lot of money quite rapidly if we're going to have a ship.
There's plenty of
Sean Bean
work in
gets killed
Sasson.
a lot in films. He's only six.
I have a friend there who you'd be happy
in the
to
top 10.
spend time
people
with,
killed
who
in
might be
films.
able to point you in the right
Right
direction.
first, Christopher Lee.
And I'll introduce you when we get there.
He's been
Thank you,
over
Quincy, you are an
200
absolute
films.
darling.
He died at the end of
And
every
he
Dracula film.
leaves.
Dracula.
He leaves with the intention of serving as much food as he can to lighten the load. for
I'm
the
going to
carriage
join
journey.
in helping the serving because this is the equivalent of a festival to the goddess.
Yeah,
Everybody eating, everybody celebrating.
exactly.
I'm praying and sharing jokes and just being as much part of.
Mooley is hating this.
Even every now and again going past, make sure Mooley's glass and plate are full.
Yeah.
You're out there, babe. See you later.
Can I just ask if
Oh, the eyebrow went. Oh
Can
dear.
I just ask if the Goliath apprentice is around?
He is.
Right, I'm gonna buy him a drink and offer him one of Quincy's scones.
Absolutely.
You'll ask you if you need to first.
So that reminds me of another little time, an aside.
Okay.
How long do the vagabonds last? Do they ever go mouldy or are they like lammas bread?
They're pretty much like Lambert spread. It's like a year.
Vagabond,
Right.
They
that's
are
it,
designed
sorry.
for long travel.
I'm just
sorry,
thinking, I bought a load and I don't want them to go wrong.
last couple of things. Mooley, you are approached by one more person. Oh god, who was that? I have the notes.
Is it the captain you're after?
The captain?
Yeah, we've still got some money to be handed over.
No, we've got the money from the captain of the guard, Captain Stefansson.
Stepharon. Yeah.
Stepharon,
That's
he
right.
paid us for the swamp
Is that
monster.
what
He
you
hasn't
meant?
paid us for the lizards.
No. Everyone in the party, you are given bags of money through the night by different people. The whole party gains, be fair, 2,500 gold each.
2,500 gold each.
Between the mediator men giving out money to you, the captain of the guard giving money to you, and then just random people throwing money in bags and just handing you little like, thank you so much for saving our town. These sound like the people who are probably from Odell originally.
I need to find a bank. And
I
fast.
need to find a transfer to shift some of that into platinum because otherwise I can't wear clothes.
Mooley, the last person who approaches you, I think you actually meet this person.
I got 3,125 gold. I need to store it.
4,000.
Oh, bless.
Sorry, just one sec, Mooley. I just want to make sure who it is that actually hands you this.
I need to store it somewhere, and not where people think I'm going to store it.
Well, normally I store it in these pockets, but now they're full of metal
If
armour.
we've got a couple of days before we set off, I'd go to one of the potion shops and ask for that potion I told you about, dear.
Oh, and there's that really massive refillable one.
Now, can we get back to the
It was
market?
Lady Slipquell's easing potion I told you about.
Right, Mooley,
Can we get back
Yes.
to the market?
the person that approaches you
Fair
now,
market.
you don't recognise them. They are clearly elf in appearance with a fully shaved head, pale white skin, no scars, no tattoos, no real discerning features other than they're clearly an elf. As this man approaches you, he says, Mooley,
Yes.
her ladyship sends her regards, and hands you a small box.
Thank you.
It's fucking hailing out there.
Oh, sheep. If you seek answers,
That bloody Lizzie, I'm telling you.
if you seek more answers, find us in Sassen.
Okay, thank you.
You'll know where to find us. And he walks away. And you see as he walks away, he's joined by two more shaved-headed, pale. And when I say pale, I mean like parchment skin. Not like hasn't seen
Like
sun. Whiter.
Oh well.
Like
Whiter than me.
sickly white.
Proper Scottish then.
Sickly white.
Cal,
Scottish smacker.
because I didn't hear half of that, so that's fine. In between my performances, because I go sit with MiiBee.
In a moment.
Yeah, of course. Sorry. Not trying to interrupt, sorry.
You see this man joined by two others. From behind and without hearing them voice, completely androgynous in appearance. And they just kind of walk away. And anytime you try to look for them again during the night, you can't find them.
Can I open the box? Is it openable?
It is. It is a earring.
Oh.
Any kind of piercing. I've balanced it.
He
You
has.
balanced.
He's done
I've
it.
balanced it.
I can promise you he has. He test ran it with me to see if it would work, and it does.
Yes.
Move these demon eyebrow.
So, like any attunable item, you'll have to attune to it, which does mean you will have to lose one of your previously attuned items.
Right. Fuck off, ring of protection then.
Yeah.
I'll definitely fuck off ring of protection if it's what I think he's about to give you.
I've still got it on my person, haven't I, so I can sell it.
Yeah, you can still sell it, or you could decharge it, or whatever.
Have you
So-
got any attuned items?
Yeah, I'm not.
Your sword does not count as attuned.
No, it's more of a cursed item,
You have a ring you're attuned to.
which is the.
No, it's a ring that gives you protection from telepathy.
Ring of
Yes,
Bahamut's
I'm
just
wearing
a
it.
thing you're wearing.
So, to give you the effect of this, it's called the Ring of Alienation.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. It has 10 charges.
Smoke this while you're telling her that.
Not a problem.
I've got a few ideas about what it does next.
Yeah, okay.
Realizer.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
So,
Carry on.
whenever you take a long rest, so whenever you regenerate sorcery points or magic slots, you can recharge it by 2d4 plus 2 charges.
2d4 plus 2.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It has 3 effects.
Hang on.
All right.
I'm holding up the last number mentioned.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like a shit Carol Vorderman.
So,
Go on.
on a use of 1 charge, your opponent, your target, you have to use an action to do this, by the way. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You make a target roll a Wisdom save against your DC.
Spell save DC, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Now. So. Oh God, I can't type. DC. Sorry about this.
All right. Take as long as you need, for goodness sake.
Yeah. all
Right. Yeah. Carry on.
Okay. If they fail, they are stunned for 1 minute.
1 minute. Okay.
Okay. On a use of 3 charges,
Charges. Yeah.
they'll be stunned for 1 minute and suffer 2d8 psychic damage.
No, it's a minus. 2, 8. Okay.
And then on a use of 5 charges, the target automatically suffers 2d8 cold damage
Okay.
Then must make a wisdom save on disadvantage.
Okay.
And if they fail, same effect as the 3. They take 2d8 psychic and are stunned for 1 minute.
So plus effect 3 if fails with saving throw.
Yep.
I love you called it the Ring of Alienation as well.
It's
Yeah.
a really, really good name.
I was happy with that.
Can I sit with... sorry, when you tell me.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Emma, you ready to get into the game?
Tell me when
Yes, yeah.
So, while you are attuning to this item, because I'll say that you can attune and disattune at this time, because it's rest, Aria comes and sits with you.
Hello, dear.
Did you need something?
I was going to ask, are you all right?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yes? You
What?
sure?
Yes.
All right. I wanted to check. I am sorry about the Zone of Truth thing. And I really am sorry about it. I was trying to make friends too quickly, and I know I was. It's just that in my line of work, it behooves me to make friends quickly. I would have died 1,000,000 times if I hadn't met any of you.
My mind is mine.
Absolutely, and I absolutely promise you I will not do that again. I am truly sorry. You have to understand, I was frightened, I was running, I was trying to find people who would look after me. But we're going somewhere safe now, and I'm not so frightened. And I really am sorry, truly.
As you will, then.
And it was fun killing all those things together. The thing with the gelatinous cube was really fun, wasn't it?
It was fascinating. It was an interesting experiment.
Oh, there's one thing, really. Sorry, go on.
I'll say I didn't realise I could make a crater that big.
Mooley,
I think it was figured out originally.
is there anyone you
Halfway
want...
between Data and Bishop.
Actually, not far.
Oh, God.
Is there anyone you want to send a message to? Someone far away? Because I can. As long as you can give me a pretty good description and probably their name, I think I can send them a message. So if there's someone you want to let know that you're all right.
This one's slipping down way too easy.
Not just yet.
Just let me know when. All I need is a really good description of their face and their name.
Thank you.
And they'll be able to reply to me and I can tell you what they say. Mooley, alright, all cards on the table. I messaged my father, so I know it works.
Cheers.
One thing you need to know about me. I'm not an easy person to like, and I like it that way. I still may not be nice to you.
It's alright. You don't have to be nice to me. You have to tolerate me for the moment. And no, you're not an easy person to get to know, but I do like a challenge. Besides, if you really, really hated me, you'd have killed me long ago. You clearly could have.
That is true. I would destroy you.
Oh, wow.
So we're agreed uneasy allies? If not friends.
For a time.
I
For the
appreciate,
time being. Go on.
Friends may not be a term that you are comfortable with. When he's
Person I've met.
Darling, you really don't make it easy. But I do actually like you. You're funny. I better go back to performing now.
Performing what and who?
I'm playing the flute, dear Presley. If you think something
No,
else,
that
you're the
was
one
in
with
the
the dirty
slide.
mind.
President,
Yeah,
have you got any sausages left?
loads.
Right, could you make me a couple, please?
Barbecues over here. Come
Thank
on,
you.
mate.
I'm
Oh,
assuming, by the way, that every so often you make up like a batch of sausages and like throw 2 to Monica.
Yep.
She, by the way, is like the talk of the town at the moment. She's
Nice.
Yeah, she's basically sat curled up next to me whenever anyone wants food.
I mean, just a weird thing, because I did actually roll at the start before we went into this. Her 3 joint highest stats are strength, constitution, and charisma.
Nice.
Ow!
She's beautiful.
She's cacard and pretty.
Yeah.
You're
My kind of woman.
Just for full disclosure, I was trying to do the eyebrow piercing and just bite myself in the finger.
Let me.
Love it.
Let me.
Oh,
Sleight of hand, medicine, and all the rest of that.
if you must.
You're not trained in this, so...
Well, I've got sleight of hand and healing hands. Lay on hands as I go.
Because I think I might have experience with piercings in unusual places.
You know what? Between the 2 of you, I will let you roll straight on your sleight of hand. You make an intelligence roll.
Oh, that's not a good roll, and you know it isn't.
16 on the dice, so 23.
Yay!
Not 20 when we really needed it. You're not getting an eyeball pierced.
And I
Nice.
got 23.
That's fine because I need at least one.
And healing hand because it's gone through.
What's the point? Yeah, when did you lose your eye?
Actually, yeah, it's spot perfect. The piercing goes through,
Well
no problem. No
done.
blood, well, obviously scarring, but it doesn't hurt
It
at
twangs for
all.
a second.
Well done.
I'm glad that I've not lost the other eye because I can tell you from experience they don't grow back.
What happened to the other eye?
I don't know.
All right, not a story you want to talk about.
But that ring, that suits you.
It really brings out the sparkle in the other eye.
What, the glowing mechanical yellow one?
Oh, all
I
right, all
haven't
right.
seen that.
No, you have seen it.
She's got the patch over it, hasn't she?
You will have shown it because you've obviously used spells out of it, haven't you?
Lenny certainly will have seen it because I've definitely used it in front of him.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
used foresight.
I'll never see it because the chin's in the way.
I don't
It's not just chins when I'm standing next to you.
One chin. I'm not being nasty, you gobshite.
No, it's
I'm
not,
not-
chin
I'm not-
bust.
I'm not talking about my chin.
All right, I can't see her mechanical eye because of her titties.
I mean, you've got a charisma of 18, so...
Oh, good.
I'm noticing a
Love you,
theme
baby
here.
sister.
During
Do
the
the
night,
heart.
after the party, you've all had a few drinks, had a great time. None of you are like raging pissed like you were the last time you got on Quincy's ship when he was leaving.
I'm good.
No, because I've been sort of made myself host of the party as much as Quincy, so I've just been
You're
looking
gonna ask,
in.
yes, you got laid.
I wasn't going to ask if I got laid. I was just asking if we had a nice casual drink together.
Yes, you
Getting laid was not on my brain, but I'll take that as a bonus.
You got laid from him.
You had a
Got
nice
laid.
casual drink,
There we go.
although it was only a shot. Although he's
no.
a gold guard
Smells
buffer, so
the
it's
same.
half a pint.
I was about to say shock the life terms.
I'll give you 3 points
It's
so I
like-
can give you some
it's like
Right,
a large glass of Baileys.
Oh!
You're going to regret that.
yeah. 18, 15 plus 9.
Ew!
Performance check.
Plus 9.
You earn about 10 gold.
Well,
It's a poor town,
no, that's
and you
how
already
it's
made
in
2,500 off them. So, the girls go to their room, the boys go to theirs.
He goes to his, I sleep on the bar because he's took 10-foot Todger with him.
That's fine. So Monica is.
I sleep in the stable with Monica.
Okay.
Not like that!
She's a baby. And
She's a baby.
Oh,
She thinks you're her mummy.
Yeah.
I did say
I
about
might be a
Eddie properly.
necrophile, but I'm not a pervert.
Right. So you're in your room sleeping. You
He's in his
sleep-
room rutting with a cave troll or whatever that.
I'm in
fucking
my room with
huge
Mooley,
thing is.
actually having an innocent sleep, having played the flute to
Yes.
earn my coin.
And Mooley is also asleep. Basically, you've all gone to sleep knowing that tomorrow you'll be setting off reasonably and...
Did Mooley go to bed before me?
Which one of you went to bed first?
Probably me. I'm not much of a late night drinking person.
In which case, when I come in, I throw my cloak over
Actually,
Mooley.
first
She looks
drinking in the
cold.
morning.
I throw my cloak over the top of Mooley. She looks cold in the night, and she's muttering in clockwork.
To be fair, you always look cold at this point.
Yeah,
I do.
still eyes like that.
To be honest, actually you hit level 5 Shadow Sorcery. Your heart currently beats at a rate of 1 per minute.
Nice. Okay.
Wow.
I'm not even joking, that's genuinely one of the level ups.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That works. I can work with that.
That gives your heart a life expectancy of about 2,000 years.
Also remember that
That's right.
tieflings live to be at 120 on average.
So that gives her a life expectancy of about 6,000 years.
I came in, I saw Mooley looked cold,
Yeah.
and I
She
threw my
looked
cloak over.
dead.
It's hard to tell. She's green.
Mm.
Green
Yeah,
tiefling.
yeah, she's
green
now
with-
turquoise because she's kind of got a pale
Let's
blood.
just go back to that black bit from Blackadder. I was going to believe we've just cut it. Oh, it's gone green!
I'm trying to be nice.
You are being
No,
nice.
you are
it's
being
okay.
nice. You
We're
give
just
her your
making
nice
jokes.
fluffy.
Right.
Throw my cloak over her to make sure she's warm through the night, and then go to bed.
I need Mooley. I actually need the two of you to make perception checks at -5 with a disadvantage.
-5
What?
disadvantage.
On perception.
So that's
Why?
-2 at best.
-5
I'm
disadvantage.
sleeping with Monica.
She's making a roll as well.
That'll be a 9.
Disadvantage means 0.
9.
9.
Disadvantage. You rolled really well.
Mooley and Aria, could you make
16.
a perception check at disadvantage at -10?
Oh, for goodness sake!
Something bad's gonna happen.
So start with -10 and then roll at disadvantage.
Mine's minus something.
-6. What's your perception?
Perception is +5.
-1.
-1.
-1's the
5.
best.
Slightly better than me. I got 0.
Alright.
She
So-
got plus.
You got
Oh,
what?
God.
Okay, here is how
Well, I was at
events
-5. You were at
transpire.
Oh shit.
Here is how events transpire. Breslin, you are woken up to the howling of Monica trying to get your attention. As you look around, you look at the way she's pointing, and you see 3 figures stood outside the room that after a few moments you realise is Aria and Mooley's. 2 of them break in. You 2 hear nothing. The only one of you to wake up during anything happening is Mooley. You wake up, your hands and legs are tied, and as you try to speak, no words come out. You hear nothing. Give me an Arcana check. Just very quick.
13.
This is known as a silence spell. In a 20-foot radius right now around a caster, there is no noise. Emphatically, no noise. You can also not cast spells
Correct.
with a vocal requirement, which wouldn't be so bad anyway, but you are both, looking over at Aria, you have both also been gagged, and then hoods are thrown over your head so you can't see.
Am I awake?
You're woken up with a hood over your head, arms tied behind your back, legs bound.
I tried to scream.
No noise. You can try and make an athletics check to escape. You'll be rolling at disadvantage.
I know. Well, there's that 20 there, but unfortunately I've got to take the 15. Plus 1, 16.
15's not bad.
16.
Thank you.
Nice.
Mooley?
I've got a 19 and a 2.
Oh, ow!
This wasn't painful.
A 19 and a 2.
2, yeah, budget.
No. Presley, you've just seen 2 people break into Aria and Molly's room.
Monica, let's go! Run, and I'm shouting at the top of my lungs.
Fuck you, fuck you.
Intruders!
Okay? You give me a perception check at disadvantage. You are asleep, and you are drunk.
And I'm probably dreaming of either Goliath or the Bahamut. It's a bit of a weird mix.
You're well fucked.
Literally.
Or have fucked.
Oh, it would have been an at 20, but it would have been it's an 8.
You are still asleep. Quincy wakes up though, and he is with you up the stairs holding a crossbow. Sort of repeating crossbow. No noise.
No.
As you and Quincy get to the room and Monica kind of barges in, you see Aria and Molly dragged out the window into just beyond a small jumping skyship set up just behind. You two can make, well actually no, you can't make noises, you're gagged.
I'm mouthing.
You've got a hood over your head and you're gagged.
I know they can't see, but I'm screeching that at the top of whatever I can.
Doesn't help.
I know it doesn't.
You said 2 went in and 1 was outside.
They are now all 3 on the ship,
all
and the
3.
ship is taking off.
Going after them. Diving out the window. If I've got a chance of catching it, I'm going after it.
Give me an athletics check to get over the sill.
Fuck.
Do we roll in the tub?
Yeah.
Or take it?
Roll the top.
10.
10. As you get over the sill, it's already taken off. Quincy's looking at this, starts mouthing, and you hear nothing. He waves a hand, and the magic is decast. It's like, I don't know where they're going, but we need to get after them now.
Yes.
Right.
They've got my 2 best friends. 2 of my best friends.
Right. He runs straight downstairs. You hear the gears and the mechanics working of the ship starting up.
Is there an observation deck on top or something like that?
There is one, yes.
Go wake Lenny.
Monica, go rest.
Hmm.
Run out. Run into
Hear him
Rennie's
snoring.
room, kick him in the arse.
You wake up.
It's not the biggest thing you've had up your arse recently, and I'm a hobby. I've got big feet.
President, what's going on? Why
Mooley and Aria have just been kidnapped. Get
What?
your arse
What?
in
What?
gear.
What? Right. Sword, everything, just literally armed. I'm already awake.
Well, I'm literally just in my plate clothes. Did he have
My
chance to
hero.
make more plates, or
No.
right? He's
Cal,
making them. We're gonna have to come
She
back.
just said, I hear her.
No, I said my hero. I was being.
Okay.
I was making a dry observation.
Wait.
We still got bags on over our heads, by the way. I can't.
Yes.
Wait, who kidnapped? What's going on? Who kidnapped them?
Three blokes went into their room as I got to the bottom of the stairs. They jumped out the window onto a small airship and they boobied out.
They get after right.
Just
So
so
Yeah.
both of you two know the situation.
Quincy's
you're
on
in.
the case.
You cannot cast a spell with a vocal or a somatic component. You could cast something with a material component
Somatic
exclusively. That is it.
Sorry, was that wrong?
What?
A somatic component. Oy vey.
Yeah.
Bollocks, it needs vocal. I can't send that to Mooley.
Okay.
There's literally nothing I can.
You two
Wait.
know you are moving.
As soon as I've got his arse out of bed, I'm grabbing all the rest of my gear and heading either to the foredeck or the top observation deck or whatever there is on the ship.
Yeah.
By the time you've got
Yeah.
everything and get up, Quincy has raised the ship.
Mm-hmm.
There's literally nothing I can do.
It has taken up 15 minutes. From the observation deck, you can see the ship, and Quincy
Me neither.
is mostly keeping pace. Mostly. You can hear the gears turning. It's hard, it's fast.
He's spinning it up as fast as he can.
Yeah. I will make a check for him, but it's very likely he'll be able to catch up.
When does the silence get out of range?
Oh, you're out of range of silence now.
Am I?
Yeah.
Right, underneath the hood, I'm aware Mooley's with me, right?
Yeah.
She's nothing to do with me, I
You're
think.
gagged.
Bollocks and arse.
You're both. As I
No,
said,
just your mouth.
I'm saying that around the gag as best I can. Alright.
No one's paying either of you any attention. In fact, give me a perception check at disadvantage,
What's
both of you.
the range on command?
60 feet.
Box.
4. Jenny?
30 feet.
15.
15. You can see
I haven't
between
got
the
anything
weave
that
on
reach.
your sack, people moving around the deck. There's probably about 5 people at most, not many.
Can I knee shuffle a little close to Mooley at least?
15. You can try.
I'll try then.
Okay, give me a acrobatics check.
11.
I'm assuming they're more than 180 yards away.
Yeah.
I've got
Ooh.
nothing that's going to reach.
16.
16. You manage to get a bit closer to Mooley,
Yeah.
but as you are shuffling, you realise both of you are in a cage.
Shit.
One cage or a cage each?
One cage between them.
Alright. Yeah, just drop my
Oh,
pencil.
this just gets better and better.
Does the pencil
I've
not
got
need
nothing in range.
Or rather,
Here we go.
What did you say?
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be stick of dynamite.
have my mouth and I'm a
Oh.
snark.
Live
Yeah.
3.
You have no mouth and you're the snarker. Quincy manages to get the ship running. You're, as I said, you're keeping pace, but you're only keeping pace. Their ship is much quicker than Quincy's.
Yeah, it's a little ship.
Yeah. Either you want to use the telescope?
Yeah.
I was actually thinking, is there a
Is it
telescope?
where I'm? Okay, have a shufty.
Okay. As you look through the telescope at the ship in front of you, you can see it's flying 3 flags. Give me 3 history checks to see if you know any of them.
I've got a fresh the 2 Sassum sheet, the fresh page. Wank, wank, and pop. 10-3-3. All the time to let me down, guys. You have been boss dice for fucking ever.
Although in terms of story.
And then a pair of
I-
17s.
We'll
Yeah,
let you
well.
pick a number between 1, 2, and 3, and I'll tell you what that flag means. The 10 was okay, the rest weren't.
The middle one.
Middle flag? It is the sign of the Archipelago of Bounty Hunters.
Oh. Can I take the telescope and be like, let me have a look?
You can give it a go.
Take 3, right, 3
At
different dice.
disadvantage.
Oh.
You've never been outside of your home.
Okay. Right, so I'll do.
You can make 3 checks at disadvantage.
Do 3
Yeah, I'll do
checks
that.
at disadvantage, just 1 by 1. So 1,
Just
2,
kind of on
3.
the off chance that you might.
Perception.
So 1.
So, okay, so that's shit. So, 2, 3.
You need to break
6.
10. I'll tell you that right
Yeah, 6. Failed.
15.
Yeah,
What's your
16.
perception?
16.
now. 16.
Perception's 4.
So you
My hands are
stop the
going to
bounty
sleep.
hunter.
7, 8, 9,
11.
10,
My hands
11.
are going to sleep.
So am I.
Oh,
I'm
you
going
could.
to sleep.
Okay.
The minute I'm
character.
ungagged, I've got something to say though.
Absolutely fine.
11 for the 3rd.
11 for the 3rd. Yeah, I'll make the first one the one that's like really obscure. This is the flag of the island of Air. Aiyyrh. Particularly the city of Denetgal.
Earth. Earth.
Air.
Dinit Gal.
Denetgal. Denetgow.
DN.
Denetgal.
Jenny will have it written down.
Oh.
O-W.
Is Earth where you're from?
I think my
It's not
spelling's
where I'm
better.
from.
DINIT GA.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh no.
So as the sun starts to rise,
Fuck.
you've been traveling so quickly. You guys have not actually managed to have a long rest. No one has. Luckily, obviously, no one used any spells before you went to sleep.
Shout as we before it comes to that point. Sorry, can I shout to Quincy? Any weapons? Ship weapons.
One big crossbow,
Will it reach?
maybe.
Fire!
You'll have to do it.
Where?
Topside.
Topside.
Basically, it's an
Oh
armless
god, I'm going to
style
start the international war.
gun
Friends, then I shall come and help you.
So you
Oh my god.
with master weapons, but you're not proficient with siege weapons.
Sorry.
I wouldn't be proficient either, but I could just be there to help.
I'll call it.
So will they. Give it time.
String and I'll fire it, baby.
Alrighty.
Do they ever ungag me?
No.
Yeah, that.
They know what
Yeah.
I am. Then.
They know what you are, and they're not taking a risk with another one.
Can I use my mage hand to spell something on the floor for them?
Check what you can use to use Captain Mage Hand.
I can't need vocal.
Oh.
I've got nothing that doesn't use vocal.
Silence and gagging.
You have
What's
always
most
made
mages?
most of your money from your oral
I'm
talent.
assuming.
Literally anything that doesn't use vocal.
I'm just trying to ask actually. I'm assuming Ring of Alienation. I need line of sight on something.
You need line of sight and. Yeah, to be honest, technically you only need. Yeah, you need to make a somatic and vocal.
Right. Okay. Fuck it then.
Yeah. Because as I recall, when you used it, you basically went, fucking what am I going to do? And that's how you trigger it.
Me? Yeah.
Now all you need to do is raise your eyebrow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Vocal
yeah.
and somatic.
Alienation.
No,
The trouble is they can't see me raise my eyebrow.
When I used it, I've had my, because I was playing a Dragonborn, I've got it in my crest, so I ran my hand through it and went, fuck, what am I going to do? And that's what triggered
That
it.
was the vocal and the somatic. Somatic is hand movement.
Alright, so the somatic is the eyebrow move.
Exactly.
So all she has to do is go,
But
fuck
it
you.
requires a vocal as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So she's just got to raise her eyebrow and
Not
say
raise
something
her.
else.
But she can.
Yeah, so she can't do the same thing.
Oh.
At least you're halfway there.
Yes.
It was because I'm just trying to convey via squinching, I guess, to Mooley, I'm sorry.
Can you relate that
Meanwhile, I'm trying to relay via squinching. What the fuck are you doing?
Eyebrowless.
To be honest, actually,
Blinking with eyebrows.
You know the
I
spell,
don't allow that
like,
conversation, to be
champions,
honest.
It's
You're
performance
basically
by
Oh, they
elbow
vocal.
nudging.
Yeah, you're trying to convey I'm sorry,
spell.
and she's trying to mean what the fuck are you doing?
Is that a
You
performance?
don't need to roll for it.
Okay, via performance, I'm trying to elbow nudge you. I'm so sorry.
Tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap.
Neither of you are fluent in Morse code.
Finish there.
Tap,
Right,
tap,
so
tap.
you two. This is really important.
Morse code.
You have
Dash,
3
dash,
shots.
dash, dot, 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 dash, dash, dash.
Okay?
SOS.
So, you have the Arbalest harpoon.
Harpoon.
Harpoon, basically.
Even better.
So it has the rope ties.
Hook them up.
There are only 3 shots. Because you're both working
Sorry,
together,
ladies. I just know I'm going to fuck this up.
You don't know.
So, it is your dexterity
Hero.
plus
Have
your
you got a prepared
proficiency.
second character?
So that use plus 6.
Proficiency in what?
Just proficiency.
So that'll be plus
So-
7.
My dexterity is pretty
Plus 4.
good.
Yep.
They're
Okay.
going to
Proficiency.
die.
So
You know.
you're rolling up
You'll be
plus 7 to hit.
I'm too beautiful to die.
Okay.
Yep.
Because you're assisting.
Mm-hmm. So do I add anything?
You're assisting.
Your
If you were not
assisting adds to mine.
That's why
if
he's
you were
not
not giving the
rolling at
help action-
disadvantage.
Exactly. If you're rolling without this, would be without disadvantage. Actually, you're not proficient with this, so take away. You're only rolling at plus 4.
Have I got to choose?
Choose the dice I'm going to roll.
Emma, do
If
we
I'm
want...
assisting, do I get any pluses? Because I've
I'll
got
look at them
dexterity at
properly.
plus 3.
His dexterity is still higher.
Nice.
Emma, do we want...
Strength for the...
Dudley.
I'd like
Purple shiny, purple normal, or purple cruddy.
They're all purple. One is purple and then
Metal flake.
blue sparkles. Then one is more purple and black sparkle. And then very dark purple and black.
Diamond and Lavrov. Let's go for purple and cruddy.
Purple and cruddy.
This dice usually rolls quite nicely.
Plus 4.
Plus 4.
Please.
I'm taking no responsibility.
Miss.
Oh
short.
no.
Fall short.
That might be better. Next one. Same again or something new?
You pick.
Let's go for this one with the pretty pink bits in it.
The same one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I was going to take the one that was actually sat there on a 20. But
Well, we're all fucked and we're going to die.
can I take it?
What is it?
20.
Don't worry. Don't worry, Aria.
I always re-roll.
If
it
you
to
die,
pull
we
out
can
the
use you as a
pot,
draft
or
excluder.
you can.
Yay! That could be useful. A very useful engine after all.
It hits. but you see it's slow as it's pulled up short, and you can see through the telescope one of the guys go and just cut the rope away.
Right, so aim low on the last shot
Last shot.
into the keel
Mm-hmm.
rather than towards the bridge,
Yep.
so they can't reach it.
It has slowed down a bit.
Blow.
Excuse me.
It's a Vegas thing, you
And now you're-
jelly baby.
Loads of kisses.
10.
It hits, but again, they get in quick.
It glances off.
Yeah. That said, you have slowed it down just enough that by the time it lands, you'll only be a few minutes behind it. If that.
Tool up.
Quick question.
Quincy, you got anyone that can help us with this? Because as soon as we land, we're up to our neck in it. I realise for me that's not bad, but we're up to his neck in it.
I was just also asked, we slowed it down.
Yeah.
What is the range of a light crossbow?
Light crossbow, 80 feet.
What's the range at the moment between us and...
Like 120 feet.
Then I can
Only replace
start
that by
winging
shooting
my
that little guy.
sling because my sling's 180 feet.
Hold on.
There's guards in the rooms, yeah?
You are on top of the deck in a cage. There are about 5 people walking around.
I'm making a lot of noise. I want them to pay attention. I want them to ungag me so I can speak.
I know you do.
I'm making a lot of noise, that's all. Oh, either of us actually.
Yeah.
Both
That's,
of them are
that's,
at it.
that instantly, that's will you shut the fuck up?
You start to see someone approach through your hoods. But as they get closer, you hear someone bark, "Don't touch them! We take them to the court." And then you actually see a shadowy figure wearing a very long coat and hat, kind of crouch down in front of you and go, "I don't know which one of you is the one who killed my sister, but whichever one or both will hang." And just walk away. Okay,
You
I'm not
said
even
they were
bothered.
within 180 yards.
120 feet, yes.
Right, so I've got 180 as the range on my sling.
To Mooley, can I bark? So I put my finger in my mouth, say it.
Okay, that's fine. Right, so make your shots. It... a shot, but go for it.
Just finding me ammo, so I'm using stones from this range.
And you're pinging 1 or 2?
One.
1. So then you're not
Because
rolling
2 is
disadvantage.
disadvantage,
Yeah.
but you can get 2 shots.
Nothing.
Alright, 1 stone.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no.
10, 17,
I've got nothing to help.
18.
18. You see it bink and go, fuck.
You want me to roll the damage?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, it's right at the edge of the drop off, but yeah, go for it.
I just literally dropped it on his head.
Can't even buff.
I've got that cookie bar.
7.
No idea what it's gonna do.
Not
Haven't
someone's ear hole.
Yeah, you,
Just fucking do it.
you two actually.
Oh, fuck
you
it,
two
I'm gonna do it, I
actually,
don't
Mooley
care.
and Aria, you just go, ah, fuck! It was the Salem that's shooting at us again!
I'm gonna do something really bad. It may or may not work.
I've got their attention, I'm just gonna piss them off.
Okay.
I am firing.
You just keep going.
Yeah.
This may or may not work. It could be hilariously failed. It could be epic. That-
Kidnap the women.
Sounds
Help.
like a plan.
You know that cookie that Aria gave me?
Get it down your neck, boy!
I'm fucking swallowing that bitch.
The table
And
floats
let's
next to you.
just hope.
The table starts floating next to you.
You give him tens
Right.
of floating discs.
Right.
That's what I rolled.
You know that table? Push it!
Fire it!
Throw the table.
Fire it from the fucking...
floating.
Someone climb on top of the table. Sorry, I shouldn't be giving ideas, but
Climb on top of the table!
I'm on the table. Fire me!
Fire Lenny at them.
Okay, you two aren't casters of this particular spell. The spell has a range of 60 feet and control 15 feet per
It's
round.
60, never mind. Don't fire the table. And
We
you
don't know that.
Can it go in the...
It can
ballista?
travel 15 feet.
Lenny starts travelling backwards.
No,
This isn't the way it's meant to be
No, I know
going!
he's travelling that way, but the ship's moving
Ah!
the
backwards.
ship's faster.
This is a bad idea! I jump
not
off.
only am I now a stereotype, we've got the worst knights in shining armour ever.
There's nothing shiny about my armour, and he don't wear any, so fuck off.
Gravy-stained armour, whatever!
They are gags, fault, so I can say, oh my fucking god, why aren't they helping us?
I've just thrown a rock at one of them. It's the best I
Oh,
can
well
fucking
done.
do.
I had a
Well
backwards
done,
move.
Preston, there's 80 of them.
It's fine.
Well, I've got 1,000 fucking rocks.
Anyway.
Well, no, I've got
Not 1,000.
I've got 9 rocks, and then I go onto the stone.
What
the
kind of
stick
funeral would you
bones,
like?
The metals, which are even better.
I've seen many funerals in my time.
Which one? Which one would you like the most?
I think I'd like to be cremated.
The one where the dead person pops out and goes, surprise!
And I can
I'm not
fall
dead,
off of someone's mantelpiece and scare the shit out of them.
Exactly. I want expensive and frightening.
Nothing else. I'm so pissed off.
Oh, frightening, I like
I'm
that.
pissed off. This is story.
And just
I know,
instantly
it's just I
hanging.
want to save them and it ain't working.
3 more checks, then that will be like an average rating.
Like I said, the next 9 are stones, and then I go on to the metals.
By kind of the end of this, you've gone through about 30 shots. This is kind of an average.
Okay.
I think we're not meant to be able to catch up
Okay,
in time.
so with the +8,
There were ways, but the rolls just weren't with you.
Nah.
16, 17, and 27.
So yeah, you've been wanging the entire time, and every like all 30 of the shots wind up hitting the deck, hitting the ship. You can see as they're starting to slow down to go into port, down below you on the island. It's got dents and dings. You can see a few people like clutching their heads, like bleeding.
Haha, fuck them.
You two have just like heard almost like hail of like stones and metal ball bearings hitting the deck, hitting people, bouncing off the top of the cage that you're in. At one point, one of them rolls and kind of
No,
hits
they've
your-
all fucking hit the targets.
Yeah, they've hit the ship.
Oh, red they did.
Some of them hit the people somehow. At one point, you kind of feel the ball bearing like roll in and bounce off one of your legs or both your legs. So yeah, but that's
So I
about
fired
it.
30 total.
Yeah.
So that's minus 21
Okay.
on the metals.
Ridiculous way to die.
I've got only got 979 left.
They've only
Okay.
ire of Mooley.
Okay.
Have I killed anyone, or have they just got fucking dinged?
They just got dinged,
I'm just pissing them off, hoping to slow them down.
pretty much.
Just letting
shot
them know
at the
that when they
cops.
stop, they're fucked.
As you feel the ship land in port, the two of you feel yourselves dragged away again. You can try and thrash
I'm not
away.
trying to resist. I
Now
am
you're
making-
succeeding. Roll the dice.
I am not trying to resist. I'm trying to persuade him to undo the gag.
Not yet.
I'm making a lot of noises.
You two are dragged forcefully into and like pushed. And as you two are pushed, you land against another cage. And as you hit this cage, you feel all of your spell slots sapped.
What? Shit.
Hey, I rolled.
Zone of spell drain.
Oh.
As that happens, and once they know that you two are secure, the hoods come off, they unbind your hands. You two can unbind yourself as you will.
I have one prepped. I think her name is Moira. I hired her as a bodyguard. Her and the other two on the ship.
Give me a deception check. I wasn't going to use a deception check at disadvantage, but Mooley does look like a bodyguard. At base, not 1.
Sorry.
Just reroll 1. Okay,
No,
so
20.
a
I think her
figure,
name's Moira.
a figure approaches and walks forward. Man, tall, long white hair that you recognise as being a Kalshtarian trait.
Hello.
You don't know me. I know you. If
I
she
think-
is, shut up.
No.
Now,
No.
you killed my sister.
No, I didn't.
We'll let the courts decide. If she is who you say she is, then she may go free. But right now, I charge these bounty hunters with targeting a tiefling, and they found 2. Sounds good to me.
She's nothing to do with me. She's a bodyguard, as are the two on the ship who've been firing at you, and the captain of that ship. They're just bodyguards I hired. Her name is Moira, I think.
then you can show that to the guards. And he walks away. As
Fuck you and fuck your sister.
Fuck you, fuck your mother, fuck your father, fuck your sister, fuck your family, fuck your mom.
you see him stall for a second, and then just keep walking to go and talk to a few guards.
It's not my fault that her husband loved me more than her.
Not listening.
I know.
Okay, you two. Quincy gives you the command that it's going to take him a few minutes to dock the ship. You two can get off before he starts the docking process.
As soon as I'm in reach, I'm flying.
Yeah. You two.
I'm actually going to get Lenny to throw me.
Okay.
Toss the halfling.
Okay, we need Dudley back.
Not
to do
like that.
Not toss off the halfling.
Sure, she's heard me say her name is Moira, I think.
Yeah, you two are you two don't have the hood, you don't
You
have
do
the gag,
realise I
you're
fucking
not
hate
bound
that
at the
name.
arms anymore.
Good. No, just an aside.
Mooley, I'm plainly, I don't know you.
Yeah, you're just a merc I've hired. I don't even know who you fucking are.
Mooley, are you doing anything at the moment, or are you just...
Glowering for the moment.
Fair enough.
Henching.
Alright. Lenny, President has informed you he wants to throw him onto the port.
Oh, okay.
Closest to them two, he can throw me.
I think
This
the
ain't
ship
dwarf
called-
tossing.
Okay.
I think their names
Halfling
are
tossing.
Halfling
Liam
Might be a
and
bit easier.
Frosco.
Liam and Frosco.
I
That's,
think that's their name.
you're
I don't
talking
know.
to two guys in bounty hunter armor who are emphatically not listening to you.
I emphatically say I don't know their proper names. I hired them as bounty guards.
They are clearly not listening to you.
I hired them as guards. I don't know their real names. They have nothing to do with me.
Okay, so you're just repeating yourself.
They're about to fucking listen to me.
Right.
No loyalty
Lenny,
to me. They're guards.
I need you to make
they have
a
nothing to
perception
do
check.
with me.
I need you to make a perception check, and then I need you to make a athletics check.
Do
Okay.
not fumble the perception check, or you will throw me under the port.
Bollocks. I don't
I
have
thought
anything.
that's what I
It's alright.
Yeah, that'll do. 19
That'll do it. Now give me your athletics check. You are throwing the halfling.
plus 7.
Toss me!
Don't tell the elf.
Tell the tiefling.
Ah, you
Fuck.
absolute motherfucker.
What?
9.
If you're raging, you get an advantage.
Can I rage?
You can rage. You can
Oh,
rage
kick
down
him
the
in the
floor.
nuts as he picked me up.
Yeah, you kick me in the nuts and then I rage.
Throw me hard!
There we go.
That's more like it. So you have use of rage today.
Yep.
I'll take that one.
None that 20.
None that 20. I need you to make an acrobatics check.
So it's like,
Because you are taking fall damage.
Oh shit, and I've only got an acrobatics of 4.
I can't catch her, so fuck you.
Oh bless.
So that'll be 12.
Oh, I'll call that a pass.
Nice.
So we'll negate some of the damage.
Some will do.
Yeet!
I really am sorry.
Before we get into this,
Yeah.
does the cleaver give me the TP bonus of the fall?
Oh shit, we're getting into fight.
Is he fighting
TP
already?
Sorry, what?
When I kill something with the fock, I get the 2Ps.
You do not get that with the cleaver.
Right, because I'm going in with the cleaver.
Oh,
I haven't got the shield. I've got the fork on me because it's... I never leave that behind, but the shield, fuck it, I'm going in with the cleaver.
4 and 183.
Oh god, I've got to play a very good game here.
Yeah.
If you're
Save
going
them.
in combat,
To
I'll
save
follow
them,
in
yeah.
because I'll still be
Mm.
raging. Oh my
Ari
gosh, she's
doesn't want
80.
them, did I?
Take 2d6 bludgeoning damage. You're able to negate 20 feet of fall, thanks to the roll as you land.
So, are you
blind.
rolling the 2d6 or
Yes,
am I?
since you are not wearing your hood, you're not wearing your gags, you don't have your arms bound.
So I see him.
You will see Freslin land. 2d6 bludgeoning
Are
damage.
you rolling it or am I?
You roll it.
Okay.
Have I got?
Hold on.
God.
11.
Okay.
Have I got
Fuck
time to
you.
say something?
Not really. You kind of trying to tell them, the people on the ship, that has been everything that's happened until he's landed.
Yeah, not in the face, not in the face.
I'm trying to say, Fosco, no, don't hurt them.
Bosco.
I'm trying to think of
You mean
the.
Fres? Oh.
No, I'm thinking the first F name that comes to mind.
Okay. Give me an insight check as you land with disadvantage. She's saying the wrong name.
She is saying the wrong name, but for a good reason.
Yes, for a good reason. It's
Insight.
still the wrong name. Insight. At
17
disadvantage.
at disadvantage. Very good.
You
That
don't roll
one.
ones.
Oh, I know.
Roll.
Half of
I
the
actually wanted to. 17 is the low because I rolled a 20 on the other.
You know she's talking to you. So
Fosco, don't hurt them.
as you land, you are surrounded by about 15 guards, massive shields, spears, typical guard armor, and there are 4 or 5 guys in better armor with a variety of weapons that you recognize as bounty hunters. You heard her say, Fosco, don't hurt them, you know she's talking to you.
Hurt who?
Them. The ones who are holding me and Mooley.
All of them.
Sorry, me and Moira.
All of them.
Don't hurt them. They're doing their job.
I'm gonna give you guys
You're
the best
my...
bounty of your lives.
Oh no.
I've got my cleaver in my hands.
Yeah.
No.
I drop
no,
1,000 gold on this table, this deck, right now. You take that gold, you get out of my sight. My friends come with me, or you die!
Give me an intimidation check with advantage.
Oh, no.
Oh, you can use your strength instead of your charisma as an advantage because you are holding a weapon.
I can charge in.
So-
I've got more money.
Plus
You
3.
can, but,
Plus 3.
oh no.
Advantage 14. I am only yay big.
Yeah.
So.
You see the bounty hunters kind of look and go, we've already been paid, and they just wander off. The guards, meanwhile, close ranks around you, full circle.
Please. He's not going to hurt you. Unless...
You will listen.
Give me an intimidation check at disadvantage. You are in a cage.
She's one of my guards.
16.
16.
That's with my +7.
You start to see the guards kind of fold like, isn't that how this usually goes? At which point you hear a voice boom out over. It's like, let them out, both of them. And walking forward, you recognize this figure. It is the guard captain of Dinette Gow, a gentleman by the name of Captain Williams. Right.
What's his first name?
Either they leave with us, or you leave missing limbs.
What's his first name?
James.
James. Please, you know I didn't
You
do
don't
it.
know. You don't know him personally. You've just seen him around.
All right then, Captain. You know I didn't do this, please. You know they didn't do this. I hired them.
I'm moving towards the cages. Are they out of the cages now?
The 2 of the guards have moved and opened the cage. You 2 are free to go.
Fosco, please. They're my bodyguards. I hired them. They're nothing to do with me.
It's a bit of a complex situation at the moment. It would appear that your bail has been paid, Miss Aria, and someone is willing to take the blame for you.
What?
A woman by the name of
Not Stella.
Stella Bork.
Not Stella.
She said you're innocent and you would be able to prove this in front of a court of law, so appeared quite willing to sit in the jail with her eldest son for the next 3 days. Now,
No.
quite frankly, under the rules of the country, you may all go free if someone is willing to take the blame for someone else. That said, there will be no trial in this situation because it will prove your guilt, as you well know, and Stella, her eldest son, and possibly her eldest daughter will be hung for Bill.
Oh,
Am I
God,
still-
no.
Am I still on the airship right now?
You've finally rejoined.
Right, I run in. What race are these people?
Human, mostly.
Right.
Captain, please.
Sorry, I'm getting very dramatic here.
That's fine.
So am I.
Yeah.
I've got a
clearly.
+2 social for orcs and humans.
Yes.
I will take the blame. I'm also willing to offer 50 platinum to let my friends go.
The bounty on this one's head was 50,000 platinum.
Wow.
I mean, the
Please.
murder of the
Okay.
associated murder
Okay.
of two of the most major merchants in the town, a High Lord and the sister of the High Lord Inquisitor.
I
Did
didn't
you-
kill her.
Did you just say for someone who takes the blame?
You have to be a local, and someone has already offered.
I'll take the blame.
I'll take the place. Aria, no.
Lenny, you
I
have
ju-
nothing to do with this, Lenny.
I show the ring. By the will and fate of Bahamut, I will do everything that I can that's good for my friends. And that's not going to stop me.
That's very sweet, but
Captain.
Williams.
Oh, sorry, I was asking for your rank.
Oh yes, Captain.
Maybe we could sit, eat, talk, and find a better way.
If you'd like to talk to anyone, I recommend talking to your friend's lawyer.
Who is my lawyer?
A Mr. Dribble.
Oh, I know
He will
him.
be at the courthouse. He was appointed by Stella. Yes, Dribble Shotgun Bastard.
Ah!
Shotgun
Captain. Captain,
What?
please. You must understand Stella is taking the blame for me.
Yes, that's how that law works.
Then put the blame on me. Let Stella and her son free.
You will be blamed in 3 days at the time of the court hearing. If you can
You.
be innocent, no one takes the blame.
You, is the body interred?
All 4 of them?
Oh no,
Let's see.
oh please. Aria
You
actually
probably
cried.
have to talk to the coroner, I'm afraid.
Then they all
Set up a meeting.
Well, 2 of them were stabbed, one through the throat, one through the chest, one was slashed across the throat, and as you well know, one was impaled.
I'd like to see them anyway, please.
Hmm? Sorry, what was that,
I don't
Mully?
know. I'd like to see the bodies.
didn't want any of them to die.
Well, no one usually wants people to die. If you want to discuss that, I'd recommend speaking with the coroner, which I would recommend going through the lawyer first.
Please, am I free to walk?
You're free to walk the city for the next 3 days or leave as you will, but just know that if you do leave, it will prove your guilt, and Stella will be executed.
Please let me state now, Stella and her children are absolutely innocent. If anyone is guilty, it is me.
Well, if that's the case, then in 3 days' time, attend your court hearing, and you will be hung forthwith on the 4th day.
I want it stated now,
You'll have to talk to your lawyer.
please.
Go and see him. He's at the courthouse.
I know.
Be silent, we go through the proper channels.
Probably the best way.
Stella is my friend.
We'll find a way.
So you'll stay here for the next 3 days and we'll work this out, won't we?
We'll get the evidence. As Mo said, she knows this kind of stuff really well. We can gather some evidence and information. We can do this.
All right, in which case I go to Mooley and I say,
There's a bit of skydiving.
So,
Mooley, if the choice comes down to it, me over Stella and her children.
If the choice comes down to it, it will go and come down to whoever did it.
Sorry.
I didn't, and neither did Stella.
You threaten my party and suddenly I turn into
I was,
the rage paladin
I
motherfucker.
was tempted to swing my sword, but no.
The children and her must not be blamed. I love her and I
Are
love her
we
children.
alone at this point?
the 4 of you are left alone. The guard captain just walked off because he's had enough of saying, go talk to the lawyer. He's actually getting kind of annoyed about all of this.
Okay,
Ari's,
And we'll go and find the lawyer.
go away while you're still intact.
Ari's repeating the thing. Not Stella and not her children.
Tell us what happened.
From the beginning.
Obviously, can fill in details as you need them.
From the beginning.
You do remember everything, by the way. We're not
Don't
going back
need
in.
all the specific details knowing your trade. Let's just
Obviously.
the specifics
What
of the
happened?
case.
It's why you're
Denny, I just have to ask, just GM curiosity. Are you still keeping your hands behind your back for comfort, or because you still think your arm's bound?
I thought it was bound, am I not?
No, I've
You've
said
been
that 5 or 6 times.
Sorry.
Alright?
I was hired to work for some of my boyfriends, 3 of them, on air in Dennet Gow. So my boyfriends. Their names are Johann Schitz.
Schmitty.
Sorry, Schmitty.
Love it!
Johann.
Johann.
Grelog.
Johann Grelog.
And I can't find the last name.
I've got it here.
Grelog's cool.
Is it James?
James Trainer.
Right. Those are the 3 names.
Okay.
And Johann and Grelog got into a fight on my front lawn. Grelog challenged Johann to a duel.
Oh.
All the way around.
All the way around, sorry.
It was Johann that challenged the door.
Johann challenged Grelog to a duel. I think they might have been in the same business. I was hired as their, I don't want to say hooker, because I'm a
Concubine.
I'm a courtesan, dear.
I'm hired for your skills.
If you want the full story, for Grelog, it was because he had a few experimental ideas. He was a half-orc. I wasn't sure if his
Well, we know
wife...
how they can be.
Hey, just...
Sorry, shush.
He wasn't sure if his human wife, Stella, could take them. Stella and I are very good friends. I know Stella's children.
That's why Stella has stepped up for you. Okay.
I adore Stella and I adore her children. If anything, they must not be blamed. Stella and their 3 children must not be blamed. I will willingly take the axe for them.
The dead woman?
Hmm?
You haven't gotten to the dead woman yet.
Let her go
Dead
through the
woman.
story. We'll get to that, I'm sure.
I will get to her. As the other one. It's hard to explain her.
Well, no, him. James Trainer.
James
Where
Trainer,
does he come into the picture?
he comes in later. Johann was a genasi
Oh.
who worked in the same field, I think, as Grelog. I don't know. I didn't ask what their jobs were. Johann, I think, worked in the same field, but he was always very jealous of Grelog. He was a genasi. He was a water genasi?
Water genasi, yes.
A water genasi. I think he might have been a sailor or admiral. I don't know. But I know that morning he came to the house because it was his morning with me, and Grelog was there, overstaying his welcome, as it were. And they challenged each other to a duel, and they both got hurt. And I didn't want either of them to die.
So there was a duel.
By hurt, you mean died?
Oh, my front lawn.
So they had a duel over you. What's that?
Not over me. I wish it had been over me, but it wasn't. It was over business or something.
It was about their professional pride, but you were the focus of the excuse.
I think they were annoyed because Grelog was still there and Johann had arrived for his time.
I don't understand. How can that be her fault? Because she didn't do anything.
It's not. It's pride and ego.
Right.
They were both hurt and I didn't know what to do, so I went to James. And James was a young and human. He was young and human, and I knew he was a lawyer. I thought, they're both hurt. I can go to him, he'll help me. And I got to there and I opened the door and his wife... Oh God, there was so much blood!
You opened the door and there was blood. And there's what?
I opened the door and there was blood everywhere and he was on the floor and his wife was there. And she said, fuck you. And then she cut her throat.
She ran at you.
She ran at me.
herself in the chest as she went.
She came at me with... She had a knife here. And she came at me and she plunged it here.
So
She was coming at me.
So everyone was literally doing all this and blaming Aria when she didn't do anything wrong.
Everyone was fighting over Aria.
I wish they were fighting over me. They weren't. They were fighting over their own little battles.
They were fighting over their own ego, but you...
And you just happened to
were
be
the
there.
They were
focus.
framing her for it.
And the
James.
wife framed you for all of
God.
it.
But James had a little boy. had a little boy. He was only 3. And I really I didn't want the little boy to walk in and see what had happened. Because they were both down, they were covered in blood. So I shut the door and I locked it so he wouldn't walk in and see his mummy and daddy covered in blood. And I was covered in blood, so I wrapped one of her cloaks around me and I went out the window. I didn't want anyone to know.
Did the boy see anything?
I don't know. I
That
hope
could
not.
be your only hope.
I've never met the little boy. I've met Stella's
How
children.
long ago was this?
1 month.
1 month, 1 month, a little less maybe.
Then
Stella's
the boy's
children.
going to be still too young to
He's
be.
3.
He's
3
not
to
going to be
4.
able to give.
Both
He's
his
not going to be
parents
old
are-
enough to give.
Oh. Both his-
Lawyer, coroner, now.
Ooh, well done.
If it was
Yeah.
a month ago, as you asked earlier, have the bodies been interned?
There's no one there to answer that at the moment.
As
Let's
I
go
pointed
to
out.
the
That's why we're going to the lawyer.
If the bodies haven't been interned, although your version might be doubted, if you find evidence that it was a self-inflicted wound, you can get the local coroner to confirm, and that might be the gate.
Please. I'm talking to the cops now.
They're gone.
They're gone.
This is us talking between us after
Right.
You can go and
sacked
find
off.
one to talk to.
Alright, I'm talking to you. Rodolfo. He'll be in the prisons. He's a Genasi. His name is Rodolfo. And he'll say he is a pianist.
Oh, sorry, misspelled that.
It's alright. He's a Genasi and he's a pianist and he worked for... I've forgotten her name. Not Stella. Cal need help.
Paula
Paula.
Schmitty.
Paula Schmitty, the wife of Johann. He worked for Paula Schmitty. He was a pianist in massive quotation marks.
So
In the same way that she is a flautist.
he and
In the same way that I was teaching Johann how to waltz.
And same, she was teaching him about chords.
I was teaching Johann how to waltz in the same way he was teaching her how to play the piano. He couldn't
Is
dance and
this-
she couldn't play a note.
Is this conversation happening on the way to the courthouse and the jailhouse? Or are you still at the port?
I think up until this point, this has just been us sat,
At the
Yeah.
port.
probably back at
Quincy's.
Quincy's. Now that's landed.
Yeah. I'll actually have offered my hands as a bad thing.
No,
To who?
Yes, I will.
To
the
who?
guards.
the guards are gone.
Fuck them then.
This is us at Quincy's trying to find out what's happened so we can figure out how to get through it as a party, as a family. We are together. We might not all like each other, but we have all bled for each other.
Are we
And
going to
we will
find
do
this
so again.
lawyer or not?
Yep. I'm with her.
I was hired
Oh,
by
excuse me.
Johann. I was hired by... Sorry, I'm trying to find their names.
Johann, Grelog, and James.
Johann, Grelog, and James. I was
So
hired...
they were 3 of your regulars.
Yes. And they asked me to come to their island for them.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
bought me a house and lots of fine things. And I had a night available for them. And then it all went wrong.
Because each of them wanted more.
I'd love to believe they wanted more.
Who could
Because they had a
doubt
male
they wanted more?
ego now.
Exactly. As
As she said,
as Millie
they
says.
had the ego, and who could not want more of you?
Thank you, Feslin. I know what I am, though.
Moving on.
I know what a lawyer is.
So let's go talk to the lawyer.
Yeah.
Do you want to come with, or do you want to stay here? I don't know how wide the story of what's happened has spread. but
I know
certain
the-
people seeing you on the street might
I know.
cause aggravation. That said, if they bring it, we'll deal with it. We've dealt with dragons and demons and all sorts of other else. I dare say a few town yeomen aren't gonna be that much of a problem.
Jem,
Go on.
can I swap places with Stella? Or
Huh?
her children?
What, when you get to the courthouse?
Yeah.
No, you've been told no.
Then
The
can I...
law of exchange only goes one way. You can't then swap, otherwise it's a constant waste of time.
Yeah, because
Right.
they say I've done it, you say you've done it, and you do that
Right.
the day
And
before
out of
execution.
Out of RP to you as a player, it would just waste your time in a chance to actually prove.
Then fine, I will go with them, but I would like a message passed to Stella.
You know her?
I love Stella.
I
Then
would.
speak to her.
Yeah, you can go see her in the
Yeah.
courthouse.
No,
Yeah.
Right. So,
speak to her.
I'd
So-
rather go see her now.
so
That costs a spell slot.
You have none.
slightly out of RP.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Out of
I
RP.
forgot
Out
about
of
the.
RP.
I forgot about the drain. I realised, and I just figured out you could.
Sorry,
Go on,
Dodds.
Lily, what's up?
Anyway, this sounds like a split party opportunity. You speak to Stella, MiiBee could talk to the coroner,
Mhm.
and perhaps the lawyer at the same time.
Well, speak to the lawyer. He'll get you access to the
To the
coroner.
courier.
Yeah.
Coroner.
Are you alright there, Em?
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we take just a few minute break there, just because that's all got quite heavy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I would say
That
first,
was story
It was-
intense.
it was
so
really,
give
really
us
good.
all a bit to
it was really,
digest
really
it.
good. I would say as Lenny, I am fucking useless at this point right now. But it's not really much you can do at the minute.
Well, all I can do is cook for the people
Yeah.
in on the other side and hope they
All-
like my
all-
food enough to go. This guy can't be wrong.
I can come from
Other
my friends,
than
and
that,
I can kick
I've
some
all-
ass if need be, but this is a bit more of a legal thing than kicking ass.
This is
It's
where
serious.
MiiBee shines. And
Oh, yeah.
although
Yeah,
MiiBee has shined in every fight we've been up to our neck in,
pretty much.
this is where you shine with the skill side of your brain, not the magic side of your brain. You've lived in this world.
But it was,
You've got the experience to analyze the truth.
but it was even
And
in.
so
Yeah,
that side of it, we will follow your lead. And anything you need from us to prove us right and prove her right, we are 100% behind you. But you're the one that needs to talk to the lawyer and
Yeah.
No, I don't.
the coroner and all the rest of that. We haven't got a Scooby as about how that works. So we'll
Thank you.
do the spade work, you do the brain work, and we'll meet you around
Yeah.
the other side and see where we are at.
but it's the same when I first met MiiBee. She
Let's take a
knew
pause.
how to do stuff.
Just
Yeah.
pause for a moment.
I'll do a quick explanation.
A 2-minute breather.
2-minute breather. What's up?
James, Johan, and Grelog.
Yeah.
Those are the names.
Yep.
Those are the names.
Those are my boy friends.
And then James was married to Rachel.
Yes, who I know didn't like me.
She didn't know about you.
Sorry, yeah.
You were told that she knew about you, but on leaving, Stella informed you that it turned out that Rachel knew nothing about you.
Right.
Rachel, by the way, and this is something important for roleplay purposes, Rachel was a member of the Salem Kalashtar family.
Oh, fuck no!
High Inquisitor at Salem.
I would know about that.
Yes, you would.
Okay. Sorry, quickly, people who are completely innocent and should be released as soon as possible, even at the expense of my life. Rodolfo.
Out.
His name is, he is a Genasi.
The
and
Genalfa pianist who worked for Paula.
He
He
was
was her pimp. He was her squeeze.
Yeah.
As
He was
you
her-
were.
My
You know
God, it's
you
like I've been
promote-
kidnapped and dragged into a soap
Johann's
opera.
squeeze.
Right, let's go through this.
Well done, Em.
For Johan, his wife, she's the one causing all the problems. She had a
You don't know that.
I don't.
You do not know that.
All right then.
You know that she threw Rodolfo under the bus, but you do not know any more extent.
Okay.
By thrown under the bus, do we mean in the shit or dead under a bus?
Rodolfo was my.
Sorry, we're doing this out of roleplay for a minute, love, yeah?
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, so basically the information done was Rodolfo, all that is known at the moment at the table is that Rodolfo was thrown under the bus when Johann died and he was thrown under the bus by Paula.
Define thrown under the bus.
Arrested.
To make
Kill-
Aria look more guilty. He was arrested.
Right.
Oh no.
He was span as being her accomplice.
Yes. Due to him Actually, Jenny, you can do this bit in roleplay.
Hmm?
You can explain your relationship with Rodolfo.
Did you need to say Roberto?
I don't know, too many R names. Look, I've got 2 Richter evil paladins.
And Raphael, the giant mutant island-sized Ninja Turtle, who's Jacob's nemesis.
Yeah.
No, sorry, don't give the guy ideas.
Well, I was
Mutant Ninja Turtles, when the turtles are the size of fucking islands, that's gonna make Pacific
Alright,
Rim
go on,
look
Jenny.
fucking
Yeah, anyway.
jaded.
It was a marriage where they got married very young and they thought they liked each other. And then it turned out he liked me and he called me his dance teacher. And he had 2 left feet and still had 2 left feet after a couple of years of me teaching him.
Right.
And,
You were teaching him the horizontal bop.
Darling, I can teach dance.
Don't you mean the horizontal?
I would appreciate that, but he's only capable of the
Don't you mean the horizontal wall?
the flat booty.
I can teach
Sorry,
someone
that's
how to
not even in
dance.
character. My bad.
I could teach someone how to dance. I could teach Lenny. I could teach MiiBee how to dance. But he didn't want me to teach him how to dance.
That must be that shit.
And while I've got my strength, you can't.
That might be the quote I could put on the movie sticker. Not while I have my strength, you can't.
Not a waltz, but probably a paso doble. Combative dance, I think you'd be very good at.
Moving on.
On a
Yep.
similar vein, his wife, she had no interest in music whatsoever, but she got a pianist teacher named Rodolfo. He was a genasi. After 2 years, she never learned to note.
A single note.
She couldn't play a single note.
I bet she learned how to play the pink oboe though.
Probably. I don't know, but obviously with me and him leaving at the same time, we often bumped into each other, and Rudolph is such a sweet man.
So you and Rodolfo essentially were the flip sides of the same coin, providing comfort to people who couldn't find it elsewhere.
If you're asking if it got physical, no, Freslin, no.
No, you both
We went out-
provided the same service
We did,
to
yes.
other people.
Doesn't mean it has
But
to be that sort of thing.
your service and his service got
Freslin,
confused with the Schmitties.
I don't know.
It crossed paths.
It got messy.
I don't know. Myself and Rodolfo were providing a service,
Yes,
and
that's what I'm saying. You were providing your service. He was providing a similar service,
we did
just
something.
the other side of the coin. That's what I meant by that. You
The
were
thing is,
providing the same
Freslin-
services,
And here's the thing where
but to siblings.
wife and
No,
husband.
well, no,
Yeah.
spouses, but not siblings.
This is the point where it becomes complicated. Myself and Rodolfo, on our days off, we started seeing each other.
Honing your skills,
No,
or as actually
Freslin, no.
emotional.
He was very sweet. He's a sweet, sweet man, and he's absolutely not to blame. Myself and Rodolfo were seeing each other, but I absolutely assure you nothing happened more than maybe a chaste kiss to the cheek. And the person who is absolutely not to blame is Rodolfo.
Okay, I'm pulling out of RP for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just gonna know we've probably got maybe an hour of playtime left. Are you alright, Em?
Yeah.
Are you just kind of processing information at the moment?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know it was a very heavy roleplay section. Right, to let the party know, keep the door open so you can hear. Just so you know, over the 3... I know you two have probably played Ace Attorney.
I haven't.
Have you not?
I thought you borrowed them from me.
Nope.
You played...
Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
To be honest, basically you guys will have 3 days of investigation time as part of this section of the campaign. And if you fail particularly badly, say
we're
goodbye
in
to
a law
Aria.
case. I'll die.
Yes,
That's fine. Aria's just offered herself up.
she did. You could have killed your character right off the bat.
She's outright said not her fault. Sorry, her fault,
You
not
said that.
Stella's or Rodolfo's.
So, who's inclined for a bit of investigation?
But she's outright saying to anyone
I want
listening,
to find the truth.
Yeah.
By my goddess, food and honesty is the truth.
Yep.
she's outright saying to anyone listening, it is not my fault, nor is it Rodolfo's or Stella's.
You are an innocent but an easy scapegoat.
Then blame me. Do not blame Stella, her children, or Rodolfo.
Who are you screaming at?
Any guard listening.
Okay.
And do not blame these people. They're my bodyguards. I hired them.
Uh-huh.
You know that.
Oh, for heaven's sake, no one's buying that.
They might, you idiot.
They are buying it because I arrived.
This idiot is about to try and save your life.
Boss and my mate.
Then
are
save it
dead.
well and listen. I'm trying to
Don't
make...
try and give me tips.
Bahamut, I may not be a paladin, but please give me guidance to help everyone. Please.
Very well, my learned friend. Would you like to be my lawyer?
I have no idea how to be a lawyer.
Sorry, this lady here, MiiBee. I think she might be my lawyer.
You are still basically just talking to random guards on the street.
As we're heading to the lawyer.
Guards, please, can you bring my lawyer to me? I want it made very...
You're not in chains. You've been told
Where
to go
is
see them
Dribble?
at the guardhouse.
Where is the Dribbles?
And we'll go to
Location.
the Dribbles
You've
law
been
office.
basically. You've all been told to go to the guardhouse, jailhouse, which is where Stella is being kept.
This is
Which-
where we're talking along the way.
Yeah.
Which comes same
Although
to all
we
of
might
you.
get a few looks from the guards since we're told to fuck.
To be honest,
Pretty much.
I'm
this is the
saying to all of you,
situation. This is the situation at the moment.
MiiBee, they won't like you. And they don't like me.
People
Right.
don't like me.
They
We
won't like
do.
you even more.
Are they racist towards tieflings?
Yes.
Yes.
Bastards!
Most people are.
Fuckers!
Right.
Hmm.
This is
Having
what
spent time with two tieflings, I think they are boss people.
Tieflings are as bad. This is kind of what Riker actually told you. Tieflings are as bad as any human. They are just human at the end of the day.
But they're very good at it.
Because they've got
We're
certain
beautiful
demonic
or
traits.
scary.
Right. This is what is happening on the way to the guardhouse to go and speak with the lawyer. Aria is, whenever she sees a guard, going up and screaming at them, basically. Basically, it's my fault, blame me.
Not Stella and not Rodolfo.
Every single time. I want that made clear.
Not Stella, not her children, not
Until-
Rodolfo.
I pull her back and go, the guards aren't listening.
You are not
Keep
helping.
your strength.
Moving.
We'll speak to
If
your,
I
we'll
die-
speak to your solicitor, your
It
lawyer.
doesn't matter if I
Shut up,
die.
both of you!
We'll make it right. Just
Really?
give us chance.
MiiBee has something to say.
No, sorry, I thought-
I genuinely need Mooley to make a intelligence check with advantage at the moment.
We're not her children.
16.
If Aria persists in this behaviour, it will only look worse at the court trial.
Aria.
Right, look.
Yes.
You are not convincing anyone. You need to stop.
I want her children to die. Please.
Then let us do what we do.
Yes.
Let me do my job.
Mooley,
I'm sorry.
She's your best way out of this, and we will back her to the hilt.
Mooley, one other thing.
Rest.
That intelligence check, it was good enough for you to realise one other thing. The lying about these two names, not going to matter.
Okay.
You have official documentation with your actual name on it, your actual
Exactly.
doctorate.
Well, yeah.
If you are not able to quash that before the court trial, basically make the case that Aria was panicking and trying to save people or momentarily went insane, it will look very bad for her at the trial, make her look like an untrustworthy witness.
I had no idea what her actual name was.
You don't. That's a good point, actually.
As a tiefling, I
That's
know.
the line we go with.
I don't know what her real name is. I went with what was the closest.
Or
approximate.
let's
You
play
need to
on
drop
the
that
local
story.
basis.
You need to drop that story because otherwise my qualification holds no weight. You need to drop that story and you need to let me do what I'm.
Then what should I call you?
Mooley.
Millie, that's all I know her as.
Or we play on the local racism
Please.
and say
Sorry, I need GM
she's
quiet.
a tiefling.
You actually have two documents. One with the name Dr. Mooley, one with the other one. Both are legit.
Mooley, I don't. Please, I don't care if I die. I really don't. But I don't want Stella and her children. And
Then,
probably not Rodolfo. Please.
then stop whimpering and let me do my job. And for heaven's sake, call me Mooley.
Dr. Mooley?
Yes.
It is your official title.
Oh, yes.
That would be best.
That's how
Also, I love the mention of calling Emma Dr. Mooley, and you basically went like full badass mode. You basically
I was like, to be honest,
That's right.
I was literally just adjusting my hood, but
No, but I've only seen that body language one at a time when I'm playing Rat.
But
The only other time I've seen that was Samuel L. motherfucking Jackson.
but
Yeah, motherfucker.
I'm pretty sure that I knew that kind of status actually had when I first met her.
You knew she was a doctor, yes.
There we go.
Yeah.
Trust the good doctor.
You're right.
Yes,
She
I'm
kn-
being in character.
You're doing very well.
You are
Did
doing very
remember to
well.
include that insight.
You're all doing very well.
Insight.
I give you an inspiration point.
Millie, I
Is
knew
it not?
exactly
I'll put
straight
it
from
in.
the start.
Sorry.
You know exactly what you're
I
about.
just want to make clear I've
I'll put it
awarded
in.
Jenny an inspiration point for some very good acting.
Yep.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Very, very good.
can I just make clear? Sorry, the
Including
yelling at you
Jessica
was
Harry,
in character.
What was that, Em?
Just want to make clear the yelling was in character.
That's fine. The great thing about D&D is it is entirely cathartic.
You really were
And
in
you
role.
can shout at your sister or your brother-in-law or technically your other brother-in-law. Doesn't she know it?
We all love you.
Also your Dudley, because Dudley is a Dudley.
Dudley's our Dudley. He's the best Dudley on the planet.
Everyone
Damn
should
right.
have a Dudley.
And I got a mate called Toby Dudley, and he's not as much of a Dudley as Dudley.
That's because his first name's not Dudley.
Oh, hail the
Exactly.
Dudley.
He's a diluted Dudley. He's a surname Dudley.
I
Right.
was going to turn the fan heater off some bacon
Yeah.
now.
I'm just
No
gonna
worries.
take the tension off me because I'm getting embarrassed.
I'm actually going to turn the heating down because I'm raw as well.
It's going to be warm. But yeah, trust a good doctor. Great acting. We're badass. GM. Fuck you and awesome shit.
Oh, you guys are going to fuck
Worst
me.
case scenario,
So,
we kill every motherfucker between us and the people we want saved.
Can we kill
Let's-
the GM? Oh wait.
Can we put a pin in that idea for the time being?
Like I said, worst case scenario.
Stella.
I got a new cleaver and I want to see if
Frizzlin'.
it works.
And you
Stop.
have a Drake.
This is between us chatting down the street. I'm just saying, if shit turns to bollocks,
Bollocks and shit.
we
Presley.
fuck shit up.
Look, For the time being, you two just look stolid and intimidating. That's all we need from you at the moment.
Okay.
Preslin,
All I'll
finally.
do is cook for people and hope they'll like me, and so I can convince them that you're right.
Freslin, Lenny.
Yes.
Stella has 3 children, 2 girls and a boy. Please, they are nothing to do with this. Stella
Understood.
and her 3 children and Rodolfo, the pianist in massive great quotation marks, are nothing to do with this. If I die, please,
Aria,
please don't let them.
sweetheart,
Please.
you've been saying that for the last half hour.
Yes,
We
you
get it.
have.
We
We get
are
it.
on
We get it. But
We will do our best to bring the truth by my goddess and by my
I
cookery
promise-
pot. May I live 1,000 years and never cook again. I will see the truth out.
I believe you. I believe you. But you need to stop saying that because no one else will.
I know when no one believes me, but I promise you I
We
didn't.
do.
We
And
will.
that's all you need right now.
We will.
Trust us.
I can tell you the
We
story as
will
I know
make
it.
it happen.
We will sort it out.
Or
Trust me.
we will.
Just clasping Mooley's hands to my own. Mooley, I promise you, I didn't do this. I did not kill anybody. I saw them fight each other. They fought each other on my front lawn. They hurt each other.
You cover each side.
I saw they were
Group
hurt,
hug.
Group hug.
and I was worried. They hurt each other.
While this inspirational confession to Mooley is going on, the 2 boys suddenly grab you both by the back and group hug.
I'm telling them the full story.
We are a family.
We're a family.
So I've got to get low enough.
We have to be.
We are a
That's
family.
because I'm gonna hug the laptop.
And
Do
we
it.
will.
Do
No, it's just because I'm 3 foot tall, so I'm trying to get down.
The next bit-
do we have to be family? Can we just be distant cousins, please?
We will. You lot helped me get what I need.
Just
This.
It's just the next bit
This.
is very important CSI wise.
This is you.
Just an FYI.
The last
Monica is
story
wrapped
was
around
me.
you.
Now, this is about you. And I will be there for you as much as you were there for me with your flaming flask of joy and your support and your power. Just as next time if it's you or if it's Lenny, I will be there for you as strong as you've been there for me.
Yes, this
And
is all
what-
very
and
heartwarming,
what
but my ribs
I
are being
have
crushed.
gained.
And let me tell you the full story. This is the full story as I know it. Please. It was a morning. Johan had been there the night before. Johan was there the night before. Sorry.
Grelog was not
Grelog.
there before. I
Grelog
think-
was there the night before. It was Johan's day with me the next day. All 3 of them had hired me as their year-long girlfriend, let's call it. I know what I am.
Instructor.
Hooker.
Mistress.
Instructor.
Let's call it mistress, dear. We all know what I am.
Yeah, you're instructing them about
Oh,
how to be
get
better at what
on.
they do.
Not really. Grelog was very good at what he did with his wife. He had 3 children and she adored him. Stella,
Yeah, there's being good at breeding and there's being good at shagging.
trust me, Stella's told me he's good at that. He's a half-orc. The problem is she's a human and he's a
Exactly.
half-orc.
So he needed you to instruct him about how far he could go. You
Extraneous
instructed
detail.
him.
Extraneous detail, Freslin.
Not.
Moving on.
He needed me as a sort of external because he was more than one woman could handle. I knew Stella. Stella is my friend. I know her children. They call me Auntie Aria. I love her children. But that morning, Grelog came over.
Johan came over.
Sorry, Johan came over while Grelog was still there. I was telling Grelog to leave when Johan came over and an argument broke out. I don't know. I don't think it was over
Give
me.
me an intelligence check. I will let you try and remember some details.
Advantage or no?
Base.
16. Intelligence check. Nothing, so it's as is.
16. You remember the main argument being business. It actually, you never actually came up except for the final comment from Grelog before the duel started.
Do I remember the exact comment from Grelog?
I know it. Do you?
I think I do.
Go ahead.
I wasn't the subject of the argument until the very end, when Grelog said, "Well, at least my wife isn't fucking a version of me, but younger."
They were both water genasi.
Yeah, Johan is a water genasi, as is the pianist.
Smoothly, actually on that, give me a Arcana check with advantage.
Because I was
21.
It is rare for one genasi to turn up. Of the three planar races, Tiefling, Aasimar, Genasi are the rarest of the three. So it's rare that even one city has a Genasi, never mind two.
Shit.
So there's going to immediately be dick swinging competition, to want a better term. If they're both male, then it's like, who's going to be the biggest dick in the changing
The thing
room?
is, Johan was I think, admiral. He was something involved in shipping, but Rodolfo just taught the piano. He genuinely does teach piano. That's what we talked about.
Johan was a successful business and prestige. Rodolfo was a successful person, lover, partner, artist.
Rodolfo is a sweetheart. And he's a pianist in the same way I'm a flautist.
Imagine the skills of a pianist.
Morley, honestly.
Yeah.
That's why most
I
girls
know
go
I'm
for
playing a
bass player,
hooker
'cause
at the
we can do that
moment.
for
I know
hours.
I'm being a hooker.
Well,
I'm making money.
Rancid.
So you've said, carry on.
Fuck.
Willie wants the details of actually what happened and needs the actual details.
Fucking hell, it's nice.
Johan and Grelog, I think Johan was the one who challenged a duel to Grelog, and they fought.
Because Grelog dissed about the Genasi.
I'd like to believe that was it, but I think it was more to do with business.
It started with business.
And then it got personal.
It became personal.
They killed
It
each
became about each other's personal, and you were the catalyst. Not the fault, not to blame.
They killed
They
each other.
were-
Stop it and get on with it.
They fought on your front lawn, but have you noticed something? Since you stopped screaming, we found out a lot more and we've got a better idea of what's going on.
Okay. Right.
Right.
Okay.
Then what?
I can shout at my...
I'm
I know this is nonsense in this term, but it makes a certain kind of sense. I could be running a kitchen and I could be screaming and shouting at my staff and nothing gets done. Or I can say, you do this, you do this, you do this, and things get done and the food gets sent. And you know how important to me that is. Being a good chef is about organising your staff. Your emotion, I can't fault you. You are so invested in this. So you need to take a breath and say, you are the best for this job. You are the best for this job. I am the best for this job. You can do this. And let us do what we're best at to make this right. Because this is a lie. And this lie is toxic.
Okay.
Really?
Pull up that, yeah?
I trust in the good doctor. Moon knows exactly what she's going to do. Speak to the coroner ASAP. Get the information from there. We've spoken enough about the situation, and I feel for Aria right now. We're in this together. Murley is itching to get this sorted out just as much as I am.
Right.
Let's get onto it.
There's more.
There's more. We'll deal with that later.
No, you
Let's
need to know
deal
this
with-
now,
Right,
Freslin.
let's get to the end of what actually happened. And
I need
then,
to tell you what happened now because it all adds in together.
so after they killed each other on the lawn,
They killed each other on the front lawn, and I was frightened, and I thought I'd go to James, the third boyfriend, because I knew he was a lawyer. I went to James, and I knew his wife didn't like me, or I sort of vaguely knew his wife didn't know about me.
you knew she didn't like you, you didn't know anything about her not knowing about you.
I knew she didn't like me. I knew his wife really didn't like me, so I made myself subtle. I made sure she never had to know about me. And then I came to their house looking for his help. And I went into his office, and he was on the floor. And he was on the floor covered in blood. And she was there, I think, covered in his blood. And she looked at me and she said, she said, fuck you, you bitch.
Okay.
And she ran at me while driving the knife into her stomach.
Oh.
And she fell. And there was so much blood. And I didn't know what to... I knew they had the 3-year-old. I knew they had the little boy. I didn't want him to see his parents, so I locked the door. I locked the door of his office while I was in there because I didn't want him to see his parents like that.
Okay.
But I was covered in blood, so I wrapped myself in her cloak because I had nothing else. And I jumped out the window and I ran. And I ran.
Okay.
Did
Okay.
Yes. I didn't want the little one to see. Yes. Sorry.
did you enter the room? Did you actually step in the blood?
I think I might have. I'm really sorry, I don't know. I think I might have, but I promise you I didn't do it. I didn't want to hurt anyone. I know she hated me, but I didn't want to hurt anyone.
Really, I don't know if you can prove what blood came from where, but if you can, his wife being covered in his blood,
I didn't have a weapon on me when I went in.
if she's covered in his blood, that puts her at the scene. That puts her in that position. So I don't know if you can prove with your skills and your talents what blood came from, but if his blood is on her,
Mooley, have you got something to say?
where's it come from?
Do you still have the shoes you were wearing?
I'm wearing them now.
Take them off.
All right. Just kick my shoes off and hand them to
Yeah.
Mooley. Mooley, I have to tell you, after going to theirs, I know it was stupid. I went to Stella's. I was frightened. I didn't know anywhere else to go. I went to Stella's. Asked her what to do. Stella Bork, her, wife of Grelog, she knew me. She was my friend. Oh God.
Mooley,
She-
what are you going to do?
I want to check the shoes, I want to check the soles, and I want to check the fronts for any blood splatter or any blood, just blood.
Now, we discussed this. You have a medicine check at advantage.
Nice.
Which I believe for you at the moment, you have a +1 to intelligence, don't you?
I actually don't, but I have a +3 to medicine, and medicine's on wisdom anyway.
Proficiency. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Okay.
Tell me when.
Oh well.
21.
Boom!
Yeah. It takes you a few minutes, and actually you need to use your mechanical eye a little bit. Something you didn't know about until right now, it has a slight magnification ability. So you can get right into the thread of Aria's shoe. And as you're looking at it, you can see the traces of blood And it's impossible to tell with the technology of the day exactly whose blood it is, but
Where is it? And
it is on the sole primarily. There is none on the top, only on the bottom. There is one other thing though. Although you can't tell whose blood it might have come from, different races have different tonals of blood due to different requirements of oxygen and different racial. You know that most tieflings tend towards having a almost cartoonishly crimson blood due to the infernal heritage. The blood tones currently presenting themselves are a mixture of typical human blood and something slightly darker in tone, almost necrotic in nature.
Oh.
Give me a history check. Actually, another medicine check at advantage, because this is a medicine.
12.
Due to the nature of Kalashtar as a race, because they are half human, half spirit, they have a slight necrotic taint to them, which can be present in their blood. The blood on the soul of Aria'Hiri, none of which is tiefling, it is exclusively human and Kalashtar.
Should I continue
Fuck a
the
bucket.
story?
Mooley, do you need Aria to continue her story?
Because after seeing what happened with James and his wife ran at me with her knife and she killed herself in front of me, and I swear, I just left. I locked the door so their child didn't see what had happened, and I left. And I wore her robe to cover up that I was covered in blood.
Your gentleman friend.
I don't give
Do you
a
know
fuck
how-
about the spelling, that's better.
Rodolfo.
Your gentleman friend, the one you, the one we're claiming she killed. How exactly did he die?
James, Rodolfo, Bork, or the other one? Johan.
James.
Give me an intelligence check.
It's a 6. It's a 6.
You'd remember this. It's kind of emblazoned here, so give me an advantage.
Okay.
I'll apply advantage for this one.
That's a nat 1. I know there's a lot
Okay.
of blood.
You remember it being a slash. You don't know where from, but you know it was a slash wound.
It was a
A
slash.
stab would not produce that much blood.
I know there's a lot of... I'm so sorry. I wish I could tell you more. I know there's a lot of blood.
And he was cut.
He was cut. There was blood. And I don't know anything. I'm so sorry. I wish I could tell you more. I really wish... I'm sorry.
I like this Mooley.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
A woman who stabs a man usually ends up with blood splatter on the front of the shoe.
Do I have blood splatter on?
You have blood on the sole.
I didn't hurt him.
Oh shit, I've got
I didn't hurt him. Oh god, I thought I might have hurt him.
That is what you've been asserting.
I didn't think I'd hurt him, but I don't... I saw him on the floor.
different spelling, I got it bad.
Now, how far...
Ah.
Do you need
Guys,
to know what happened
hold
after
on.
that?
First, tell me, do you remember how far away she was when she actually
Bear in
fell?
mind I've watched every episode of CSI.
I went into his office and she was at the window and he was about halfway between us.
And when she stabbed herself, she would have been at reach range, so 10 foot.
She was within reach.
Sorry, reach range would be a reach weapon, so a pole arm.
She was within, if I'd had a stick, she would have been within reach. 10 feet probably.
If you'd been close enough to stab her again, you would have blood on the front of these.
I don't think I've got her blood on me.
Well, I'm telling you, there is no blood on the front of these. You stepped in the blood. You didn't stab anyone.
D&D goes CSI.
Yep, pretty much.
This is kind of what we planned for a while.
Excellent, brother. Excellent.
God damn. I'm not gonna pee as well.
And I think I've just figured out who the actual murderer was.
Who? Wasn't it? If you're assuming there was an actual murder.
No, just
Yeah.
it's a bit random, but follow the arrows.
Is the No. Afterwards, I did something stupid.
Well, naturally, of course you did. It's you. Carry on.
I jumped out of the window. I didn't want their child to see that they'd
I've
been
got
hurt.
2 different spellings of it at the time, and then I just went, hold on a fucking minute.
I knew they had a child. I knew he was little.
I don't want you to say. No, you'll say when you know. And then I'll go, I got arrows.
All right. Next question. Question. Were you stupid enough to pick up the weapon at any point?
I don't know. No.
The
So-
knife stayed embedded in her chest. You
So
don't-
what you are telling me is technology advanced enough for fingerprinting?
Yours is.
So what you're telling me is that there will be fingerprints on the doorknob for you closing the door. That your fingerprints will be there. They will not be on the knife.
They will not be on the knife. They will be on the window. They'll be on both sides of the door.
That's
The thing is, MiiBee, afterwards, I leapt out the window. I landed. I know this is stupid. I know now. I went to Stella Bork, the woman who's being held now.
yes, you've
She's my-
mentioned that.
She's my only friend on this whole island.
Thank.
Yours.
I went to her and I said, please help me.
What would her fingerprints have been at, in there?
Tonight than I have in months.
Not
I've had a week without a drink.
on the murder weapon. And can I have MiiBee the rapier Stella gave me?
Sure.
MiiBee, I hand MiiBee a rapier.
It's the rapier she's had at her hilt since the start of the adventure. Obviously, she's changed out from using this to the rapier she keeps in her walking stick as her primary weapon, which is the vicious rapier.
So this will just have your prints all over it.
It will. It will also have Bork's prints and probably Stella's. I went to
MiiBee,
Stella's
give me
house.
a medicine check advantage.
MiiBee, I went to Stella's house.
12.
Fingerprints only have a lasting time of about a week. This is only going to have Aria's fingerprints on it.
Okay.
I went to Stella's house. I asked her, please help me, because they're going to blame me. They hate tieflings here. They hate tieflings. That's why I'm calling you Moira. I'm pretending I don't know you. I don't know you. I don't know
Yes.
I don't know Lenny. I don't know Freslin. I don't know any of you. Abandon me if you need to.
It's the
please.
summation of what you don't know would be enough to fill several tomes. Be silent. Now.
I went to Stella. I asked her to help me. She gave me some money and that weapon. It was one of Bork's.
MiiBee, as GM, I would recommend slapping Aria right now.
Oh God.
Yep. You are... Yeah. I'll let you guys all pick that.
I am not getting involved.
I don't want to die. I don't want anyone else to die.
Oh, have some faith in my ability to do my job. Now, Stella,
Yes.
the house. How recently has she been taken? Was she?
I don't know. I know there were police there the day I went to her. I went to her and I asked her for help and she said there were guardsmen in her living room questioning her. They might blame her. I suspect she's inherited Bork's fortune. Oh God, hang on. Oh God! There's a little boy! They've got 2 girls and a little boy. I'm sorry.
Ari's got this.
No, MiiBee's got this.
Really,
MiiBee has got this, I
I'm
know.
so sorry I got the names mixed up, my bad.
Alright.
Out from behind the sofa, Molly's got this.
MiiBee, they've got 3 children, and Stella, they are absolutely not to blame. If you can't prove anything else, prove them innocent.
Children are no proof of innocence, but we'll work on that.
Got a
Now,
little boy.
Right, I
They've got
am
3
stepping
children.
in now.
2 little girls and a little boy.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's alright. You know you're not banned, right?
I know, I'm just doing that for effect.
You're not banned at all.
She's
in distress.
emotionally bound.
Yeah, I'll
She's
give
in
you
dis-
that actually.
She's in distress. She feels very sort of like incapacitated.
And hey, that slap in the face probably did a lot.
Yeah.
Sorry, would you like to put your hands like this then?
No, it's alright. Honestly,
It's
I'm,
how your character feels. I do
Yeah.
that when I feel tired.
sorry, I'm just worried that I've not,
Because if I don't keep my hands behind my back, I'm going to slapping someone.
Yeah, Italian. Sorry, I'm just worried I've not explained certain details. And obviously with this campaign section, details are the absolutely most important thing.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Clues and notes.
Yeah, you're going to need lots of notes.
Right.
Right, you have arrived at the jailhouse. You are ushered through, all 4 of you, to a back office. In the room, there is a middle-aged man.
There it is. How did my piece of paper turn upside down?
Magic.
So there is a
Got
middle-aged
half a sheet of fucking...
humanoid man. As far as I can tell, human. Dark skin, wrinkled everywhere it can. And he goes, you would be Aria... Oh, what's the name? Elzenan. Aria'Hiri Elzenan.
That's my name, yes.
I am Jacob Dribble, and I am your solicitor as appointed by the Greylock Estate. I don't really know. There's more of you. Why are there more of you?
They're my
Because if
bodyguards.
you don't do your job properly, I'm going to eat you.
Uh-huh.
I do apologise, Mr. Dribble. They're my bodyguards.
Yeah.
I hired them as and when. Leonard will be the one speaking for them.
Hysterical,
Sorry,
angry,
Dr.
half-orc,
Dr. Mooley
sane.
is my...
Shut up. You look like the one who I could most likely work with. How can I help you today, Miss
He's
Yellow
the one that's
Tiefling?
going to make it right.
Dr. Morley, we need to see. We need to. First, well, we have 2 purposes. First, we need to speak to Stella, and we also need to speak to the coroner, who is in charge of the
Of course.
investigation.
Both can be arranged with little effort. I will tell you right now, this case is so cut and dry, I don't even see the point in making much effort, but if you can bring me the information, I am happy to represent you.
You make the best effort of your life, or it'll be the last effort of your life.
Breslin,
I am not
Sorry.
being aggressive. I am trying to make this man understand that this is the biggest case of his life.
Breslin!
And he will
Pres.
make his name if he does right.
All right, can I just do the thaumaturgy?
Absolutely.
Booming voice. Be silent.
Mr. Dribble.
Fuck
I
off!
told you I already talked to her. Anything you want to say can go through the yellow one.
Fred, just wait. Just wait until we get.
Dr. Mooley,
I'm just trying to motivate
please
the
let it
fucker
know
to do
that
his
you're the one
job.
who speaks
Because
to
he's
me,
already
not
saying it's nothing, it's not
Frosco.
worth his effort.
Just,
And
Sorry,
I'm going
repeat
to
And I do...
do your job.
Sorry.
And
Guys.
make it right.
Dr. Moira, because I don't know who any of you 3 are. I hired you as bodyguards, and that is all you are, so you're
told
not...
to drop that shit.
I was, but I don't want any of you to die, so shut the
She's been
fuck
drinking
up.
heavily. My name is Morley. This is my documentation.
He takes the letter.
I have been drinking heavily. I've been trying to cover my grief.
Mm-hmm. Everything seems in check. Here is your
Thank
pass to
you.
the coroners. They are downstairs. You are more than welcome to the coroner's report.
It's
Hold on.
Dr. Moira Mooley or another M name, I don't know. And these 2 are 2 bodyguards whose names I don't know.
I
I
take it
think
you
it
never
starts
learned
with
to
an
control
L.
the pink one. Here you go. And he hands you the coroner's report. The coroner's report details that all 4 corpses are brought in, all of which died within an hour of each other. And that all were killed by a single thrust by a rapier-like blade.
Stop whimpering.
You don't care if you kill someone, I do.
Rapier like
Excuse me.
blade. Oh, shh. Oh, fuck.
Miss Dribble,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry if I came over too strong. I am just. This lady has saved my life so many times. I want to do right by her. Maybe if we could sit down, have a meal, talk, I could explain to you why this is so. What you believe is the situation is so wrong. She's so not that character you think she is.
Such things sound nice. It is my job as a defense attorney to assume that my client is innocent in all cases.
Mr.
I am
Dribble.
more than happy to believe that the pink one is innocent in the situation. I am being paid for by the Greylock estate.
Then you will listen to me.
Then
Will
will
you
you
talk
pay more
rather than-
attention if we pay you?
I am being paid more than enough as it stands. Will you talk without being hysterical or obsessing over small details? I only work in facts.
That'll be the
Surely
day.
you
Small
lived here-
details are the
Right.
facts.
Surely you lived here long enough to understand how the law system works here on the island. Did you?
I lived here a year.
According to my reports, you lived here for 8 months.
8 months a year. It felt longer. I knew I wasn't welcome.
Well, that makes sense with the character witnesses that were taken from the
Sorry, that's-
neighbours.
Travel
What character
time.
witnesses?
The ones
Yes, what character witnesses?
They said the ones taken from a mixture of the Lady Aria's. What's the word?
I'm no lady.
Well,
She certainly isn't.
all right, miss. Fine, I don't care. I'm being. Look,
Anyone
I have
calling me
7 trials in the next 3 days.
Sir,
I am happy to be your defense attorney and stand there and present the evidence while you all make your own arguments to the lady. Basically your accuser, quite frankly. I am on your
Who?
side. The widow of Johann Schmidt.
Right, the widow.
oh
Okay. Widow?
Didn't she kill herself?
no, Johann Schmidt's widow didn't.
Right, widow accusation.
So, in terms of these statements, we have multiple statements from the neighbours.
Okay.
Stating that Miss Aria was, and I believe the quote, he actually holds up like a small piece of paper and says, the direct quotes are egging them on, shouting, kill each other.
No, I didn't.
All these statements have been signed by reasonable and respectable people within the community
Widow?
that your mansion was found.
I said don't.
Define respectable. This is a society in which she is a lady. Now define respectable for me.
Point taken. 2 minor business owners, 1 major business owner, 1 politician, though as much as you can believe them, I don't really know, and the wife of my associate, Mr. Bastard.
With shotgun and fucking dribble.
I said don't kill each other. Stop it.
Clive.
Mooley,
References.
Dr. Mooley, I promise you, I said don't kill each other. Come inside, have a drink. Let's calm down, boys. I was going to give them a shot from my hip flask. I was going to calm them down.
Next up, we also have character witnesses from the accuser herself, Paula Schmidt, of course, stating that the young lady here seduced her husband while he was away on business and was also in the intention of seducing members of her own staff. So clearly not a trustworthy person.
Can I speak?
Eventually.
I-
Clearly, actually.
It's getting her to stop that's a trick.
No offense, but many tieflings go that way. Clearly, you are something of the more respectable.
I did not seduce her husband.
As
Frankly, of the 3, he was the
a
least
friend of
attractive.
hers, she would never seduce staff. Staff can't pay for what she's worth.
Rodolfo's boyfriend, he wasn't.
I find it so interesting how all these accusations happen all at once when there are 3 days for her to actually gather the evidence and to prove her innocence.
Well, let's see. She would have had a month if she'd actually stuck around.
You still give her opportunity, which means there's something open for her to prove her innocence.
Yes.
3
He's my
days.
defence. He's my
I am
defence.
only stating what evidence I have been presented so
Right.
I can start preparing my
He's
Right.
stating what he's been presented.
That is fine.
So we need to present him with
Right.
something
We-
more.
we have-
We've got 3
3 days.
to present
Right.
him
I'm-
with the truth.
I'm really sorry. I don't mean to be. Sorry.
Yeah, the audio's gone
Sorry.
funny.
Are you right over there?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's just the audio. It just went a bit weird. Bit
Right.
Yeah, there was a
tinny.
message cropped up on. Oh, your default microphone has changed from microphone. Okay, I think we're moving around too much.
Ah.
Microphone.
You
Wow,
upset
I'm
my
looking character.
Look, I don't mean to be an absolute
Hold
bit.
on, just hold on one sec.
It's got you.
I'll try and-
There we go. It's flashing.
How
so-
is that sounding, Em?
Yeah, I think that's okay. I can hear you.
Sorry.
Bollocks.
How you doing, mate?
Shit.
Balls.
Cunt.
I didn't do it.
I know you didn't.
How is
It
that-
was me.
Fuck you.
How does that sound, Emma?
Sounds like yeah, it sounds okay.
You sure?
Hear us.
Yeah, it's a little bit muffled, but
Right,
I can make out what you're saying pretty clearly, but it's just a bit
Right, I'm going to change to the backup mic.
okay.
Yeah, it's kind of having a